it brand new. Bitches act like they running shit they really ran through. I spent that 500 before I ever trap you. They thought I was gonna fall off, I had to bring it bad news. So many racks, a bitch can't even see the flow. From Atlanta to LA, the only time I'm back and forth. Cheap niggas make you pee.
Yo. Welcome back to another one. It's the Great Debate Show.
Let me pop off.
And we about to pop off right now. Jarvis Jeffries, Terrence Smith, Nick Ainley. We in the building, back and better than ever, baby. We got so much to talk about. We're going to start off with the NFC East. We also want to talk about the NFL Top 100 list. We have a lot of objections to that. Can't wait to hear everybody else takes on it. We're going to get into the NFC East, and we have a special guest with us today who is an Eagles fan, and he doesn't know Nick Ely at all, co-host of the Great Debate Show, but they're both Eagles. I thought it was a jump. I didn't know, but we're good. We're good. He's all right. And but yeah, we're going to talk about the NFC East, and we're going to get his take on it. Who's going to win the division and why? We'll talk about all of that, but that 100 list, we're going to get into that later on, man. So much crap on that I got a problem with, and so we're going to get to that. There's also a few other things that we never really got to talk about with Sean Payton and what's his name, Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, that was fun.
That sounds like a nice triple threat they could have had tonight at SummerSlam.
Little coaching drama.
Can't wait till week 5 when they play each other. I can't wait to see how their handshake is going to be. I'm thinking Jim Harbaugh, Jim Schwartz.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
You don't think it'll be that bad?
No, I don't think it'll be that bad.
Well, you got to think
Hackett's the OC, not the head coach. So they don't necessarily have to shake hands.
Yeah, but Saleh will be ready. He wants all the smoke, too. I mean, he's the one who already stood up for him and said,
that's true. Saleh looks like he wants smoke, though.
I don't think Peyton wants that with Saleh.
No, man, no.
I don't think he would.
I think Saleh played for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't he a player?
He played.
He just looks like a bad dude. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he trained jiu-jitsu or something.
Especially like Sean Payton's like 5'8" and 180 pounds.
I think he was a linebacker back in his college.
I believe it.
Yeah. And he coached the linebackers, and then he moved on up to the DC.
And Sean Payton he's got his granddad bar too. So
Yeah.
There
you go.
He skipped the dad bar. He went straight to granddad bar.
Right. Guys, let's go ahead and get started with the NFC East first. Terrence, why don't you introduce our audience?
Absolutely.
To make sure who we have on the show today.
Absolutely. So look, guys, I got a text earlier in the week, and it read Saturday is James' birthday, and I now he knows what I'm talking about, but I thought this was his only sending me the birthday text, right? Like I already paid, but no, it was my aunt. She was kind of scheming for my uncle, her husband, to come and podcast with us. He had no idea. He didn't know until he pulled in the driveway. It's like, whose house is this? I was like, Travis. Because I didn't know that he didn't know. I thought he knew by this point. We just so happened to pull up at the same time.
Wow.
Unintentionally.
Wow.
So, of course, my Uncle James is here, man. He's a avid Eagles fan, season ticket holder to the Grizzlies, and all around sports fanatic. So everybody give a nice round of applause. We appreciate it.
And we have one thing in common with the Grizzlies. We're here on that, but
good.
Yeah, that NFC Championship game, we ain't here on that.
We don't want to talk about that. No, we here on that.
That's not.
That's why we put y'all right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So we're glad to have you on the show, man. We want to get started with talking about the division that you guys teams are in. The Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants made the postseason. We're talking 3 teams that made the playoffs last year out of that division. And hey, nobody knows what to expect from Washington, but we know they've got defense. Ron Rivera is still a good coach. Eric Bieniemy is there now. I don't know what to say about the whole Sam Howell thing at quarterback. I thought that was a joke. I'm not gonna lie, no disrespect. But if he is who they think they are, McLaurin is a bad boy. Washington, they may not be at the bottom, so we don't know. I'm gonna start with you, since you're a guest here on the show today. Who wins the division and why in the NFC East?
Of course, I'm going to go with.
I was like, what's taking so long? Why is it taking 3 seconds to?
Right.
Of course, I'm going with the Eagles, not due to them being my favorite team, but because of how they staff their team. They have positions filled all around the board. They got wide receivers. They got quarterback. They got a duel of running backs, so they can come at you in different ways. And the defense is still strong. We lost one player, Hargrave, but
We lost 2. We also lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
CJ, yeah, that's in the
in
secondary.
Yeah, safety.
So we still replace them too. So I think we'll be strong. I think it's going to be another 49 and Eagle in the
NFC Championship.
NFC Championship.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. What about that other corner, opposite the other side of Slate? Did he not leave?
Yeah, we kept both of them.
You kept both of them. Okay,
Yeah.
I know Slate still.
Because remember, we thought we lost Slay. Remember, he was rumored.
Who am I thinking about? Brad.
He was going to sign with
Who
somebody.
who he agreed to sign to? Allegedly.
That's what I'm trying to remember. Was it y'all?
I think it was.
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I think it
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
Ravens.
crazy. That was crazy. And he still ended up being.
I think we texted about it, and then like it was almost like the canceled Chris Paul trade. Like 30 minutes later, it was like, nah, I'm staying in Philly.
Yep.
Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Which I was glad to keep him. Even though he's a Mississippi State guy, I went to Ole Miss, but Slay is a hell of a corner, so I was glad to keep him for sure.
Slay's been good for a long time too.
For a long time.
And we paid Bradbury pretty well, so he'll be all right.
Yes. Slay had all those years in Detroit where like nobody watched the Lions.
Right.
So people don't understand how long he's been good.
But he held it down.
He did. Absolutely.
So those are the only 2 players that you all think that you lost that could really. Well, you think you're going right back to the NFC Championship?
Absolutely, because I mean, on the line part, we replaced Javon Hargrave. We went and got the next D tackle out of Georgia,
Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Who I
I think
predicted
that's his
that
name.
you would draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, and of course pair him with now second year Jordan Davis, and they still got Fletcher Cox to kind of back them. But Fletcher will probably start early in the year. Then I would think they'll probably start working Jalen Carter into the starting role later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we've already basically retooled that for the future as well. And then the rumor is that Howard may not be done when it comes to the defensive secondary. Maybe still in the market for Buda Baker, who I believe still hasn't signed
He's
the
still a
contract.
free agent?
No. Buda Baker got a $2 or $3 million extension, and he is in camp now with the Cardinals.
Yeah, but
He's not going
supposedly he's still not happy per se. So
You think they might still trade him?
right,
Okay.
particularly considering that the Cardinals probably won't be very good this year.
It'll probably happen before the deadline, by the deadline. But I don't know if it's going to happen before the season starts. Maybe not, but they're young.
You might have a point there.
They may keep him around at least for half the
It may
season.
be a near to the trade deadline trade.
It depends on what the calls are like. It depends on who's calling and what they're trying to give up.
And I mean, and that's something that we're good for doing anyways, is kind of, retooling the team in the middle of the season via trade if need be. So I have confidence in our front office. We'll be fine.
So I'm just assuming both Eagles fans are going with the Eagles to win the division.
Yes.
Of course.
Y'all aren't giving the Cowboys any chance?
Of course not.
No.
Dak said he wasn't going to throw 10 picks this season. He's probably already thrown 10 picks in training camp.
No problem.
Come on, man.
Because first of all, the Cowboys got to get by the 49ers or the Eagles. I don't think they can do it.
I will say this. I don't want to see the Cowboys again. Not with the quarterbacks that we have right now. I don't. I'm just being honest. The right side of our offensive line is pretty weak over there. If they decided to be smart and move Parsons around, it could cause trouble. Purdy didn't make the plays that I wanted him to make. They made just enough. But it really wasn't just him. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. Let's be honest. If Dak Prescott didn't give us 2 turnovers, we probably don't beat the Cowboys. I don't want to see him a third time. I'm just saying, it gives me too much of the old days, that feeling where 3 straight years we met up in the playoffs and they cooked us twice and we finally got them the third time. Well, we've kind of gotten them back-to-back years. The third time is maybe the charm. I'm not saying you all can't handle him, can't handle them.
We'll be fine.
I'm sure you can. But I don't want to see him. And I know 49er fans may not want to hear that, but I don't want to see him. I'm not saying we can't beat him, but, man, Dallas really did get better.
They got better.
Let me go ahead and just, since I'm in it now. The Cowboys will finish number 2. I don't see them overtaking the Eagles just yet.
They'll make the playoffs probably. They're probably a wild card team.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs now.
Yeah,
they'll make the playoffs. The Cowboys added Brandon Cooks. All right, I know they're talking about they're going to run the ball more. Mike McCarthy saying he's going to run the ball more.
With your running back with a broken leg, of course you are.
Yeah, he's just coming back. He's just coming back from the injury. Pollard, that is. I don't know how deep the backfield is. You didn't bring Brandon Cooks in to run the ball 30
No, you did
times a
not.
game.
Mhm.
You're going to sling it.
Yeah.
Now, this is the reason why Dak will turn the ball over sometimes, but the only thing that's holding the Cowboys back, as I've always said, it's Dak. But this year, until something changes with the money, with the contract, I'm going to put a little spin on it. This year, it's Dak and Zach that's going to hold the Cowboys back. That's Zach Martin. Because right now he is holding out.
I like
Yeah,
it.
he's holding out.
He's holding out.
I like
And he's
it,
the best player on
Well
the
done.
Cowboys team. If anything keeps them from making the postseason or winning games or having it's him. Right guard. He's the best at it. He still is. And Jerry Jones to say we're saving up money because we got to pay Parsons. I feel you, bro. But this dude needs to be paid now. We'll cross that bridge when we get there because you won't get to the end of that bridge without Zach
Correct.
Martin.
Correct.
You need him.
But because of that, yeah, they're number 2. They can't touch out. They can't.
Mm-mm.
Nick, me and you were talking earlier before the show. Dak and the Cowboys beat the Eagles when Jalen Hurts was out, Lane Johnson was out,
Mhm.
and even then, it was kind of a
It was a game for a
Yeah,
minute.
they got to
quarters.
drive. I think
with Gardner Minshew.
they got to drive at the end of the game to win it, right?
Yeah. So I don't think it's as close as people want to make it in the media seem to be. I really don't. I'm not saying it's lopsided, but y'all got the Cowboys. But they're number 2.
They know too.
And the Giants may still fall at 3. I don't know what's going to happen with them and the Commanders. That could be a toss-up.
Mhm.
But Brian Dable is just so phenomenal as a head coach. He can make the team. You saw what he did.
The Giants were the number 2 in the division last year, though, right?
No, they were 3. The Dallas Cowboys were 2.
Were they? Okay.
You all were 1. Yeah. You know, at one point the Cowboys
The Giants
actually had a chance to
The
still
Giants
catch
just
you all.
the Giants just still made the playoffs.
They made
Yeah.
The
the
Giants only won like 8
The Giants
games,
won
I
10
think.
games.
They won 10.
The Giants
Yeah,
won
they
10.
made playoffs.
No, they were 10-6-1, or they were 9-8-1. Remember, didn't they have a tie with somebody last year?
I forget, but I think you're
I
right.
don't
Well,
remember.
they won 9 or 10 games. I know
Yeah,
that.
they did.
And
Okay.
they
I thought they
didn't
won like
they
8
didn't
games.
tiptoe in. They earned it.
Yeah.
They got in. And we saw what they did to the Vikings on the road.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say that the NFC East is going to fall in the same order that it did last year. I mean, that's what I see. Eagles 1 and Cowboys 2, Giants maybe 3.
Yeah.
Commanders or whatever they're going to call themselves later in the
The
future.
Magic Johnsons.
The Magic Johnsons, the Washington Showtimes.
that would be
know.
dope. That would be nice.
That would be all right.
Yeah, with a Magic Johnson symbol.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would go.
But if they get a quarterback, I really would like to put them ahead.
They were 9-7-1.
9-7-1.
I knew it was a 1 there.
Okay.
9-7-1. That could have been
And beat the Vikings in the playoffs.
10-7, or that could have been.
Don't they have a problem with Saquon signing this year?
He signed a 1-year deal, so he'll play this year for sure.
Okay.
They'll
I
have
did
to
not like
figure
that
it
at
out
all,
next
but
year.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Well, this is what Jarvis, I agree with just about everything you just said. So definitely Eagles 1, Cowboys 2, respectively.
Mhm.
I just believed there just seems to be something around that Washington franchise right now.
Hmm.
You know, they've gone from the Redskins to the football team to the Commanders. I just feel like whatever else is next is got to be something good.
Hmm.
That franchise has been in the cellar for a while now, and they've got to have some good things coming. So I listen. I'm just going to go out on a limb. I don't like the Sam Howell thing. I think they've got to address that real soon.
Mhm.
But I think they just string enough wins to be in front of the Giants, man.
I don't think that's crazy at all.
I can see the Giants falling back because they for some reason put some guaranteed money into Daniel Jones's pocket. I don't know why they did that.
Mhm.
Not to mention, I felt last year was a bit of a fluke.
So do I.
Mhm.
So do I.
I mean, not a
Mhm.
fluke, but like
So-
like a flash in the pan type thing. Like,
So yeah,
Brian Dable shows up and things get better for a short time.
Yeah.
I think the Giants won a number of close games last year. Like that 9-7-1 could very easily turn into like 6-11.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like,
And listen,
No doubt.
that draw a lot of times is very helpful. I would like to look up a stat and see what the number of like playoff appearances is between teams that had like draws in the last, I want to say 3 or 4. I think they all made the playoffs one way or another.
mhm.
They usually do.
Mhm.
Because that draw is not a loss.
Mhm.
So a lot of times they end up backing into the playoffs
The
because
Steelers did that like last year. Like you did last year, the year before, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was the
and I
year
think they
before.
back into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It might have been.
Our Super Bowl year against the Ravens.
Yeah,
We had a tie.
See,
Yeah,
Mhm.
against the
So-
Rams. We didn't beat the Rams at all that year in 2012.
Mhm.
We lost to them
Mhm.
in overtime later in that year, and earlier when Alex Smith got hurt, there came Colin Kaepernick.
Mhm.
Right.
That game ended in a tie.
I remember that. I remember that.
That was a Super Bowl year. So
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of times those teams get a draw on their record and they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So a little fluky in my opinion, but I just feel like there's something good around that Washington franchise, and I really like McLaurin. So I can see them sneaking into the playoffs, or not sneaking, but at least sneaking ahead of the Giants in the NFC East. And I don't think they'll make
Terrence,
the
are you
playoffs.
telling us? Are you telling us that the Dan Snyder curse is over?
Oh, it's over. Yeah.
You're saying that's what it
It's
is.
over, absolutely.
It's over. Snyder's gone. Watch out. They're going to be a lot better now.
Absolutely.
That could be the case.
But before we move on, what do you guys predict that their name is going to be after next year?
Man,
I was totally kidding about the Magic Johnsons.
What were they?
At least I hope it were. I hope when we see what they change it to a year or two from now, I really hope.
I thought they were going to go something, Washington.
Something
Like
patriotic.
there's already a Capitals though,
the
right?
Russian presidents.
I thought they probably would do something like that. Yeah.
I mean, maybe they switch the thing
Maybe
up
the
entirely
Generals,
and like get rid of change the color scheme and everything.
They should
Mm.
get rid of it.
I think they should go back to the old. I can't say that out loud, can I? We gotta edit it. We probably gotta edit it.
Yeah, it's your opinion.
You can't say anything anymore.
It's
These
your
things I
opinion.
forget.
Just say.
It doesn't have to be the name, but at least go back to the whole look. Don't change the color and go back to that look. It doesn't have to be the Indian or whatever, you want Native American.
Mhm.
I just know all of it is a bunch of garbage as far as
Mhm.
ethnicities and what a real Native American is. That's a whole other story
Okay.
for a whole other podcast. But that's the reason why I don't care much of it. Because really that is exactly what it's supposed to look like. And I know that those, well, I was gonna say the $5 Indian, but I can't say all of that right
Ooh,
now.
please don't.
But anyway,
They added that part too.
I wish they would go. Yeah, I wish they would go back to at least the look. Don't go away from the color and the look. Just change the name to something that is respectable, I guess. That won't offend anybody. I don't know what it could be. Senators and Capitals, I think, is already tucking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. The Commanders, maybe that's it. Maybe you got to roll with it. I don't think that the Washington Showtimes wouldn't be bad.
That actually doesn't sound bad though.
I mean, hey.
Like I said, they've said they want to get rid of all remnants
It's a
of
new
Dan,
look,
of Dan Snyder, so they may change the whole thing.
Right.
I mean, you in basketball, you're the Washington Wizards, so I mean, that's not patriotic
That's
or
not.
anything.
That's
So
not.
you could,
And they should go back to the Bullets.
Yeah.
They should go back
I
to the
agree.
Bullets.
Yeah. If that's not offensive, Bullets.
that would be that's towing a line in 2000.
My dark humor is not going to make it to this podcast.
Man,
I held back my joke.
right.
I got a feeling I know a little bit about
I'll
how they
tell
do
y'all
that.
fair.
Okay.
But no, man, I was just wondering what they might change it to, since this is going to be their fourth name in 5 years.
I like the Washington stepping over. I mean, passing the Giants this year. I like that. It definitely could happen.
I can see
I
it.
almost said
I
it,
can see
but
it.
Well, they have
I don't
enough
know.
first round picks.
it's about Daniel
Tell me
Jones.
about it.
For that.
Tell me about it.
That's true.
But the thing about it, Jarvis and I have been predicting for them to be better and better every year,
Yeah.
and they never really made that ascension.
They
No.
flatten out.
They did.
It's the quarterback, though. It's the quarterback. But Eric Bieniemy, I'm telling you, he's there for a reason. The only reason why I didn't say Washington would be 3 or 2 in this division, because it seems like they're probably taking again. And I think that Eric Bieniemy could be there. I thought it was for Lamar Jackson, but maybe it's Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I
They
did
were there in the
hear
Caleb
they
Williams
might be
footsteps.
tanking though, but I hope they don't do that.
I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing where I'm like, this is a joke, it sounds like to me. Sam Howell, you really going with that? It's getting close to September, and it looks like they are. So I'm just thinking that maybe they are in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes here.
Maybe
Who knows?
it wouldn't be a bad idea.
But the team, I think it is solid enough. I mean, again, we struggled against the Commanders last year. We barely beat them. The defense
they
in
beat
the
the
front
Eagles.
seven,
They beat us.
and they did.
They
Yeah,
did.
that's the one team that beat y'all. The first team that beat you. I mean, so
Mhm.
yeah. And
They the only ones that beat us with our
With a
starting
healthy
quarterback.
quarterback.
man,
Yeah.
still wouldn't have happened if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that fumble. I think late. He was
Watkins.
about to run in the
Yeah.
end zone, and
Mhm.
He caught the ball and failed and got up and tried to run, and
Yeah.
somebody
and then he got it.
heads up play poked it
That's
out.
what really got it. You all had really put your foot back on the gas and was about to still get that done.
Mhm.
But yeah, Washington gave you everything that they
They
could
did.
They
get.
still played a good game.
They
So that's
did.
why it's hard for me to say they're going to take. But
And I don't even
Sam
feel as
Howell-
bad about it because it was a divisional game, and
Yeah.
divisional games that I mean, you know that probably
Oh,
better than
absolutely.
anybody.
Right, it's like playoff.
Right.
Right.
Every game.
And look, I just gotta say this: they played most of the year last year without Chase Young, right?
Yeah.
He came
yeah,
in late.
yes, that's true.
Mhm.
So I mean,
That's correct.
I
and he is on the trade market, I think. I mean, he's on the trade
There's
market.
been some
I think.
rumors, but
I don't think he's
Oh,
going anywhere.
man, I wouldn't let him go.
That's another one that they may consider closer to the middle of the season.
It's time to pay him.
If
they don't,
If they trade him, they are tanking.
they didn't tag him. So that's what I'm saying. There's rumors that he could get traded. There's some rumors that the 49ers were thinking about getting him.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not saying that would actually
It's not
happen.
money though.
That is a lot of money.
No, it's not for 1 year. It's
Because
not
he's still
for
on
1
he's
year.
still on his rookie deal.
Yeah,
I'm
he's still
saying,
the rookie deal.
I'm saying if you trying to get him and pair him with Nick Bosa for
Just
the
for 1
future,
year.
Just
Oh,
for 1 year.
okay. So
Just
if
see
you
how
try-
that 1 year goes.
1 year.
I'm like, boy,
I see that 1 year.
you're gonna have
Just 1 year, let's see how it
$200 million tied up in pass rush.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Y'all
But, I
pay
mean,
Hargrave a lot of money.
Yeah. I didn't even. I wouldn't even mention him.
And that was the one thing that I forgot to say, and we're gonna wrap the NFC East up. Hargrave is a big loss, in my opinion.
Mm.
The only reason why I'm giving you the division still
Mm.
is because you're so loaded on the offense.
Mhm.
I mean, you're just too good, and you'll score 30 points easy. And every team can't do that every Sunday against you all. If they're not prepared to do it, and if they can't do it, they're gonna lose.
Mhm.
I definitely see you all 13-4 at least,
Yeah.
if not 14-3.
We
So
got the toughest schedule.
but
in the
it
league.
is going to take some time for those young guys like Jalen Carter to
Mhm.
really get into the NFL level. They're still going to be playing on a collegiate level for the first half of the season, I would say.
But we
You-
still got Fletcher
You
Cox.
got the youth, but it's going to take them a little time. Yeah, you still got Fletcher Cox,
and now it's
Graham.
Jordan. Now it's Jordan Davis' second year.
but
and
it's going to
Brandon
take a
Bryant.
while. And Jordan Davis, I don't know if he's really as good as you think he is.
Jordan Davis
To be
was
honest-
plugging up the middle of that line like nobody.
But he was pretty
business
bad
last
when he
year.
came back, though.
No, he was not.
He was- okay,
When
okay.
he came back, things flipped back like they were supposed to immediately.
People were averaging not nearly 4 yards a carry on the Eagles now.
Those-
for like the second half of the season.
Those because of those 4 games that he missed, we was
Okay.
getting toe up.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought that was
The
when he
4
came
games he
back.
missed,
to
I
the-
think we played the Titans,
Okay.
the Packers, might have been the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the Cowboys.
Yeah, so all those teams, meaning that they have pretty good, decent to good running backs. So
Okay.
they was running all over us.
Mhm.
He came, and then whatever game it was,
He
he came
clocked
back.
it up.
After that, it was
Okay.
don't do
okay.
that no more.
All right. I just think that if you know,
And now he's got another
you got a
year
little
of full
youth, that's
NFL
good, but it's
offseason.
gonna take some
He's
time.
got himself in
to
better
gel.
shape. You
Yeah.
know what?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That
I
boy
think he'll
ain't
be a
he
beast
ain't gonna
this
be
year.
nothing nice.
Right. Okay. All right. So we're done. NFC East. We all agree that the Eagles are going to win it again, and we can't wait to see where Jalen Hurts will be on the NFL top 100 list because he has not been on there yet, and they've already gotten like the first 90 out of the way.
Mhm.
They're down to 10-1. And we'll see where he falls on that. And
He better
speaking of
be
that list,
in that top 10.
yeah. So speaking of that list, it looks pretty. It looks like it's all over the place. And we'll let Terrence start. And have you seen the list?
I have.
You got some issues with the list, or do you know where you want to start with the list, or do we? It don't matter.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a particular place to start. I guess my question is, and Nick, I know you pretty informed about it. Is this list just based solely on last year?
I don't know if it's based solely. I don't know
Some
exactly
yes,
what it's
some
based
no.
on.
Because I know a lot of people had a problem with Lamar being lower than or being higher on the list than like Jared Goff.
What number was Lamar again?
72.
That's right. He was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm the resident Raven fan here. I didn't have an issue with it because he wasn't there for a lot of the game.
That's insanity.
He should.
I'm
he
not a
should-
Raven fan, and I
should-
think that's crazy.
Should he be lower than that? Absolutely.
That's
But
insanity.
I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Hey man, put him lower." No man.
I'm gonna sit here and say
Well, you should.
that's
Yes.
crazy.
Me too.
You got
Yes.
he's right above. He's right below DeForest Buckner.
and right below Buda Baker.
Yeah, right below Buda Baker. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, Aaron Jones. Come on, man. I'm not having that conversation. Now, Lamar Jackson, I mean, football player, bare minimum top 15.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
Bare minimum
Without a
top
doubt.
15. And I don't think last year hurt his case. I think when we saw Lamar Jackson on the field, the Ravens were a legit contender. When he wasn't on the field,
Yeah,
they were not a legit contender
Absolutely.
by any stretch of the imagination.
Man, that's
I want to say at
72.
one point when he was healthy and about midway through the season, he was top 5 in rushing yards and passing yards, if I'm not mistaken. Or something,
Right.
something
Like, I
crazy
mean,
like
dude
that.
walks on the field and he's like 65% of your team's offense. What are we talking about?
Yeah. So
and again, back to what I've said. How many playoff wins do they have without Lamar Jackson? How many playoff appearances do they have without Lamar Jackson? They made that one playoff game last year, and they couldn't get in the end zone because they didn't have a quarterback or the right person under center to get a dive, a sneak. I mean,
this
a quarterback sneak.
Now let me ask y'all this. This was voted by the players, right?
Yes. I believe so, which is my big problem with this.
Yeah, that's my question.
The whole list.
Which is
Lamar Jackson 72, Dak Prescott is 56.
So I guess my question is, do the players have an issue with Lamar?
I don't know why they would. I don't think so. I think it's just pretty much based off he hadn't been in the postseason.
Even speaking as a football player, I think it just may be a situation where football players are dumber than basketball players.
And that's it.
That's if I had any issue with the list, that's my issue with the list. Because I hear all the time about, athletes saying, well, you never played, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that have played and still play and don't know anything.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
From a basketball, like I said, the basketball players generally, when it comes to hoop, like they kind of know. Like me and Jarvis talking about it off camera. That's why players always have respect for Jamal Crawford, Amanda Ginobili, Lou Williams, because you see it. They're like, nah, like he may not be a star, but that dude will burn you up. You come out here playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Football players apparently, at least based on this list, doesn't really work the same.
No, this is terrible. This is a terrible list. Terrence, what else did you have a problem with besides Lamar? Well, we have a problem with Lamar at 72. What's some more of your issues with this list? I mean,
if we're talking about last year, that's one thing. But if we're talking about overall, I don't know how Aaron Donald is not going to be top 10 or top 5, maybe, but at least top 10. I see they have him here at number 11. Why is Josh Jacobs at 12 when he can't get paid? Pay that man, please.
Right.
And the rest, I don't have any strong issues with it, man, outside of that, honestly.
Justin Herbert's 32 and Lamar is 72.
Yeah, Lamar should definitely be lower. Without a doubt.
How many playoff wins does Justin Herbert have?
And he gave up a 30-point lead. So.
0. And he gave up a 30-point lead.
0.
Yeah. And how is he this high on the list at 32? But
Trevor
somebody else lists of top 5 quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence was number 4 on the list.
Trevor Lawrence is what, 90 what on this list?
And he's 96.
Trevor Lawrence is 97, I think.
96.
Okay. I know he was up there pretty high.
Make that make sense to me. So yeah, these players are just, and I mean no harm, but damn, like they're way off on a lot of this. Like Dak is not better than Lamar Jackson.
CeeDee Lamb is at 34, just ahead of Christian McCaffrey.
That's one of our biggest beefs.
And Jalen Ramsey.
And y'all know I like CeeDee Lamb. I'm the first on this show to say that he's a number 1 receiver now. Just he plays with Dak Prescott. But damn, you're telling me that CeeDee Lamb at 34 is better than CMC, who's at 35?
Nah.
You're telling me he's better than Jamar Chase, who's 39?
That's crazy.
Jason Kelsey at 37. Lane Johnson at 41. Cooper Kupp 47. Okay, I mean, like, look now, I like CD. Yeah, he's 47, and I ain't got a problem with that just because he didn't play.
I'm not saying
I don't even have a problem with him
good.
Being 11.
I'm not saying CD ain't good. Like the 100 guys they got on here,
yeah,
all of them are ballers. Like I'm not trying to take nothing, from nobody. I'm just saying the order got some issues.
It's just looking at him where he's at, and then looking at the people that they have him in front of. Yeah, that's very mind-boggling. Again, Jamar Chase is 39. But CeeDee Lamb is 34. I don't even know if anybody has CD in their top 10 wide receiver list. I know he's not in anybody's top 5, though.
Right, absolutely not.
And of course, as I mentioned,
I put him on my top 10. I don't think you guys did at first.
What, CD?
Yeah,
I did not.
So
I think I
on
did,
this list, he's better than Jamar.
He's not better than Jamar.
I don't think I put. No, he's not. I definitely didn't put him over Jamar.
So, yeah,
I don't think I put him on my list at all.
This is a very strange, weird list. Derwin James is number 30. I guess that's fine. Chubb at 29.
CeeDee Lamb's 34. Devontae Smith is 100.
That's what I have a problem with.
My problem started right there.
Right there.
Yeah. And that's crazy because there are people in the media now saying that Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown are possibly the best wide receiver tandem in the league. And you could say that it's between them.
It's us, the Bengals, and the Dolphins.
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those are the three that I
So
can
how
hear.
is he 100 if he's in that?
Or like we talked about the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah.
I would hear the Chargers.
I would say that A.J. Brown and Devontae are a better tandem, but I would say that the Chargers have a better trio of receivers.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say it's more than 2.
Yeah.
They actually got like a quadruple set.
They just drafted one in the first round. So
yeah. I mean, when they have injuries, like I saw other guys like Palmer and there's another one. There's a couple. They're pretty deep.
They just plug them in.
Yeah, they're pretty deep. Another reason why I'm hard on Justin Herbert this season. I can't wait till we get to the AFC West. I'm gonna be hard on him. after what happened in Jacksonville, not letting him slide, and he's too high on the list. Every list when we talked about that list, the quarterback list, but don't you notice on every list they find a way not to put Jalen Hurts on it. They find a way not to put Lamar on it just because of the past 2 Decembers, and they find a way to always still plug Justin Herbert in it. Like I'm not gonna argue with Josh Allen, definitely not Burrow. What is it about Justin Herbert where you just have to find a way to slide him in the top 5? He's not. You have to have a playoff win first. I mean, they're kind of getting disrespectful with that, but it's because they want traditional quarterbacks. They still want you to think this is it. This is the end all be all. It's these guys. This is where it starts. This is where it's at. No, look around the league. Hell, look around the nation and look at college. How many Caucasian quarterbacks do you see coming out? The draft top 3, top 5 anymore as far as quarterbacks. They look more like the Lamar Jacksons, the Jalen Hurts, people that's not on the top 5 list. And that's no knock to any other quarterbacks. Any quarterback.
Here's another one.
That's not a dual threat. I'm just saying that's what's in now, it seems.
Here's another one. CeeDee Lamb was 34. DK Metcalf, 101.
101, I saw that.
DK Metcalf definitely should be on the list. And I'm a 49er fan. I'm going to keep it real. He should be on the list.
DK Metcalf should have left Seattle. But he should be on the list.
I wish he had him.
I would actually disagree with that. I think staying in Seattle is going to work out for him. I think because I think Geno Smith is kind of with his second act is going to be good for him. I actually think it's good that he stayed in Seattle.
I hate to agree with Nick, but I do. And I'm worried about them a little bit this year, to be honest with you. I don't have the Rams and the Cardinals to worry about.
They're predicting their defense to be really good this year.
If it is, man, Shanahan better hurry up. Like I said, he better hurry.
Their window
because here comes Pete Carroll again.
The window.
Like every time we think we can get away from them,
right?
He's been a thorn in my ass for the past decade.
I don't know if I think they'd be good enough to beat y'all.
Pete Carroll.
Well, I don't think we're going to beat them 3 times in one season again.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll do that.
Yeah, you may be right.
I don't think we're going to dog them like we've done the Rams. I don't think so. I mean, watch out. If the defense improves and Geno is still that dude in this system,
he improved a lot.
I mean, they probably will split with us this year.
And I know we talked about it a lot last year.
Seattle and Detroit are the 2 wild cards that people better watch out for.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be good enough to beat y'all when it counts. I said that they like y'all may split.
No, hell no, I didn't say all that.
Yeah, y'all may split with them in the regular season and then you beat them in the playoffs. Like I
don't want to play them in the playoffs.
Well, home field advantage matter though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're gonna get that.
But San Francisco would have that over them, I think, because San Francisco's gonna win the division.
Yeah, but I think Seattle can win. I think they won 9 last year.
Yeah,
got in at 9-8. I think they're an 11-win team this year. They had a pretty decent draft. It looks like. Yeah, I think they won 11.
That is dangerous.
I mean, the only thing that's, I mean, we're a 14-win team.
I think Tariq Woolen and Geno Smith are right next to each other on the list. Matter of fact, yep, 76 and 77.
Who was that?
Tariq Woolen and Geno Smith.
Yeah, Woolen is actually, definitely got to start giving him his credit. I noticed him in the postseason game. I was like, all right.
Devontae Smith is 100 and Garrett Wilson is 74.
So where is AJ Brown?
Okay.
AJ Brown was like 20 something, I think.
And 10 through 1 has not come out yet, right?
Right.
Not yet.
AJ Brown was 22. Yeah, AJ Brown was 22.
Yeah, 22.
Okay.
Sauce Gardner 23.
All right, so let's get a quick prediction. We should know who number 1 is going to be.
If number 1 is not Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what we're doing.
Just take the list and
I don't know what we're doing.
It's a terrible list.
Who's going to be number 2?
That's going to be Burrow.
Probably Burrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really hyping him up.
Right.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Whoa. What you mean by that?
Hyping him up?
They hyped him up.
So you don't think he's what they say he is?
What you mean by that?
I don't think he's the number 2 quarterback in the league.
Who will be number 2 in your opinion? Hurts.
Are you being a fan with that?
No.
You think Jalen's number 2?
No, I don't think Jalen number 2, but I don't think Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Who
Who's
you
number
think is?
2?
Who is number 2?
He's having a hard time. You don't know.
I don't think Burrow's there.
He
But
just-
you
he just
but
doesn't
you just
think
saying the
You
Burrows.
think so?
Absolutely.
You just saying the Burrows open slightly.
Do you
over.
like Josh Allen better than Joe Burrow?
Well, Josh Allen.
So you would say maybe
I
Allen
would
behind
put
him?
Allen there.
You
Okay.
put Allen over Burrow?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, most people ain't gonna argue with you about that either. But I think more people are starting to see now what I've been saying for 3 years, what Nick has been saying since he's been on the show, that Joe is better than Josh.
Joe, that dude.
He's that dude.
Joe got the juice, man.
Just watch him. I mean, again, now
I mean, I watched
they
it.
both got talent. I'm not gonna say that one has more than the other, but what I can count on Joe Burrow in the clutch.
Mhm.
Not just because he beat him last year, but damn, like Josh Allen, he really does make some boneheaded plays down the stretch when it matters the most. He does that at times.
Yeah, he do that.
And he I think he uses his legs a little too
Then
much.
he fumbled on
He
the
doesn't know
1
when
yard
to get
line.
down and
Like
slide. He won't do that.
he's supposed to get out and take a knee or something like that. And he fumbled on the 1 yard line. Like
He done that,
Josh
I
Allen?
believe.
yeah.
And he threw a pick in the end zone against the
I
Dolphins.
know he threw a pick.
Yeah.
What I don't like about Josh Allen,
They lost
and
that game.
I said it a lot last year, and it showed it reared its ugly head in the championship game.
Mhm.
Not championship, but the divisional game. Is that he can't win tough games and he can't play in tough moments, man. For some reason, if everything is not going right,
Yeah.
he just doesn't look good. And when I looked up and saw that game, and I saw that it was snowing, even though it was in Buffalo, you would think that's home field advantage for them.
Right.
Oh man, it's
But
coming down.
when I saw it was snowing, you can ask these guys. So I text them. I say, "Hey, this game is over,"
Mm-hmm.
because they can't run the ball, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and if everything's got to be going right for Josh Allen to look like Josh Allen,
Mm-hmm.
and when it's not going right, he looks very mediocre to me.
They are just
I
like
think
we
you were about to
said.
answer something else about the top 10, other than obviously Patrick Mahomes being number 1. And I was thinking through it. I was like, well, Joe Burrow 2. Other people that'll be included in the list: Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. He'll be number 10. They don't respect receivers.
Josh Allen will be in there.
Got a point.
Devontae
But
Adams is
after that
13.
season, it's the players though.
Yeah.
The players will probably have him at number 4.
Devontae Adams is 13, and Stephon Diggs is 16.
So yeah, Jefferson will be number 10.
Tyreek Hill will be in there.
He'll be number 9.
Hell
Mm.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tyler.
Travis Kelce will be in there.
He'll be number 8.
Everybody that catch passes.
On the back end.
All the receivers.
On the back
It
end.
sounds like that's what it is. That's all that's left.
Has Christian McCaffrey been on? Has he shown?
Yeah,
Yeah, Chris McCaffrey
he's
was
on there.
below.
He's behind. Yeah, he's a
CeeDee
spot.
Lamb.
He's a spot behind CeeDee Lamb. That was my issue. Not
Drugs.
because I'm a Niner, but yeah, somebody needs to be drug tested now. I mean, I like CD, but
What
really,
about,
CMC is
Right.
responsible for the only touchdown we had in the NFC Championship game,
the
and
running
he
back
earned
for,
that one.
Cleveland.
He's on there.
Chubb,
Chubb.
yeah, Chubb's
Chubb.
on there. He's like 29.
29?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yes,
Oh,
29.
that's wrong.
Well,
That's
now he got hurt
disgusting.
last year. He got hurt last year. That's what they looking at. I'm telling you. He played
But I
half.
think he led the league in rushing touchdowns last year.
wait.
That one. I think that was Josh Jacobs.
It might have been
Last year.
I remember. I remember. I was
Only
watching.
because he missed games. No, Chubb didn't miss games. That was Jonathan Taylor that got hurt.
Yeah,
I'm
So
sorry.
Taylor got hurt. Yeah.
Where's Jonathan Taylor?
he might not be on the list.
Probably on the list because he didn't play much at all. When he
Nah,
did play,
he did.
they didn't block for him. They didn't
He
block
did.
well for him. So he didn't.
But we
have
know
a
he's a
good
top 100 player.
Nick
He
Chubb
just
at
got
29 and Derrick Henry is 25.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a problem with it. Derrick Henry, when it comes to what he means to his team,
I
Man, he could be top
both of them
10
should
every
probably-
year.
I think both of them
But-
should probably be higher because right below
Yeah.
you got Roquan Smith at 24. Respectfully,
Mhm.
yeah,
Roquan's a bad boy. Don't get me wrong.
Where do you put Derrick
I don't
Henry at
think I
now
can
though,
put
with
him
all
above
these
either one of those
all
guys.
these receivers that we just
Mhm.
named that could possibly be in the top 10,
So-
along with Mahomes and Hurts and Burrow and Allen. All these quarterbacks and receivers is coming up. What would you put Derrick Henry in?
What makes even less sense is Austin Eckler's 21.
See, this is why I'm saying this list is crazy.
This don't add up.
I like Eckler, but you
Especially
can't
with
have him
that.
above Derrick Henry. You can't.
That don't make no sense.
This is crazy.
I don't-
But again, this is the players, and I'm telling you,
I want some names
Okay.
to tell.
drug tests, CTE, something responsible.
If they polled
This
100
list.
players for this, I want to know those 100 players.
There's just no continuity between there's no consistency with their voting.
No.
So I and y'all know how I feel about this. I think they are concocted to cause division. Like they are concocted to make people mad and angry. So I'm not gonna be angry on this podcast, but no, there's just no consistency with what they have going on their list. So they gotta work on that.
And then, of course, the argument me and Jarvis were having before we started. Trent Williams at 14 and Lane Johnson at 41.
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah, that's a big problem there, and I can't lie. I just know
Like-
Mike Evans is at 53.
I saw that too. And my whole
I
thing
guess.
was, I don't necessarily, if you want to tell me that you think Trent Williams is better, I won't
He
necessarily
ain't that
argue.
much better.
I won't necessarily argue with you.
No,
I
he's
would say
not.
Lane because he's my guy, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, Trent Williams is good enough where I don't have a problem with you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Trent
gonna
is
tell
a
me
bad
that.
man.
You're not gonna tell me there's 30 players between him and Lane Johnson.
No.
Nah, I can't say that.
You're not gonna
I
tell me
can't.
that.
Right. It's
And the
almost
fact
like
that
they didn't
you-
want to have two tackles that close to each other or something.
Well, what the stats say? Because Lane Johnson hadn't gave up a sack.
What I tell you? And what
Yeah.
what was
2
it?
years,
Was it
at
three?
least.
Was it? I think it was. It was either
So
3
many
years or
games.
5 years.
Yeah,
You
something
have
like
to be.
that.
You have to
So-
be exaggerating on that. You told me 5 years. I'm like,
I told you 5. I
Well,
started
damn,
thinking
maybe it is better than
it
Trent
might
Williams.
have been 3.
okay.
I think I know I told you 5. It might have been 3.
Okay, but still, damn.
What?
That's a lot.
Hell yes.
That's a lot.
So no, it's not a big gap. And Trent Williams is at 15. I agree. He should be
You're not gonna
15.
tell me it's 30 dudes.
But
in
then,
that
yeah, Lane should be either 16 or 14. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's almost like
Okay.
they just didn't want to have two tackles that close to each
I'm
other.
telling you why. Look at the list behind the tackle. There's not gonna be another tackle on that list though.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they think. The players think of what offensive lineman means. They're like, really? Without that dude, how can you get open, AJ? How can you get open, Devontae? And I'm not saying they made the list, but they're players, and you can see the players don't care much for the guy who protects the blind side of the quarterback on that line, because that is disrespectful. Nick.
It
I'm not
is.
gonna lie, that's disrespectful. Lane Johnson, and don't shoot Niner fans, but Nick Bosa, from what I recall from that game,
he didn't exist.
he didn't
He didn't.
pitch.
Mm-hmm.
What
They
did he
didn't call
say
his
on Players
name.
Club, man? Did you at least pitch?
I knew where you were going.
He didn't pitch his ass. He didn't. He
Didn't
didn't.
even know he was
Whatever.
in the game.
Whatever Jalen Hurts. Whatever fragrance Jalen Hurts was wearing, Bosa don't know it because he didn't get close enough to Jalen Hurts to smell his cologne. Lane Johnson is that dude, and I'm not saying that he doesn't do that to a lot of
He
other
does
fans.
it to everybody.
He does
But
it
he
to
was
everybody.
hurt too.
But my only
Yeah.
problem for it is, like
Was it
Bo said,
squad?
you're great too, and he's about to be the
Or
highest paid player.
biceps or something it was. He
Who?
told Lane Johnson. Remember, because that's why he missed those games.
That's right, because we thought he wasn't even going to
Yeah.
play.
He
Yeah.
missed those.
Okay, so Bosa couldn't get any pressure
Off an injury.
off an injured
Mhm.
Lane Johnson.
couldn't touch it.
I think that should say
It
something
was his
on,
growing.
on what
That's
the
what it was.
contract
It
is.
was growing injury.
Growing.
We'll say that for another episode,
Which-
but I think that definitely should play a part into what contract he's going to
Which
sign.
I will say,
He had 19
if you
sacks.
ever had a growing injury,
Not good.
Ooh-wee.
Not good.
Bosa did not create any havoc that game, though. And
that's
he wasn't even 100%.
as somebody that has torn the meniscus in each one of my knees,
And that's why we got Hargrave.
I'd rather do that again than had a growing injury. I had surgery on both my knees for that. I'd much rather do that than had a growing injury. I'm telling you, because the growing injury is so scary because you never know the move you're gonna make that's gonna aggravate it
Just gonna do
again.
it. Yep.
Mhm.
And they don't heal. Like they just,
Right?
they
It's
just
like
linger.
it's like it never
linger.
is just completely right.
I remember Terrell Owens had one back in the day as a Niner.
Mhm.
It lingered him all season long.
That's different.
And he
Terrell
still
Owens
was
is a
probable.
monster.
He still exactly.
It's-
He was still
it's not-
probable every week.
Broke footed everything.
But
It's
I
kind of like
know
when
it's funny.
when Adrian Peterson came back from the torn ACL in
Yeah.
8 months and then
and
ran
led
for
the league
2,000
and
yards
everything.
Yeah.
and won MVP. Like
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson is built different.
Mhm.
No
People
doubt,
say that
no
built
doubt.
different stuff a lot. Adrian Peterson was built different.
Right. Well, guys, I mean that we did the list somewhat. It's crazy. It's all over the place, and so we just wanted to talk about it.
That
We
is
just wanted
it's
to
crazy and all over the place.
Yeah,
That's an accurate description.
but I think we
That's
pretty
the
much
man's
predicted
opinion.
10-1. Yeah, I think we pretty much predicted
Receivers
10
on the
to 1.
back end, quarterbacks on the front end.
There it
Boom.
is. There it is. And our
And Michael
our
Parsons
guest
was
on the
it.
show doesn't think Joe Burrow should be number 2. And look, I'll debate it, but there's people out there that will tell you, "Hey, man, I agree with you. I feel you on that."
I
But
assume
again,
Michael Parsons is going to be in the top 10 to answer that for you.
He should.
T.
yeah, but he'll probably be 10
I'm-
knowing the players.
I'm up to 51 and I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, okay, so he'll be.
I refuse to keep looking because if he's anywhere further, if he's anywhere back there,
And both
And
of be ahead
suspend the
of him.
whole. Suspend the whole.
we know how I
NFL.
feel about the Cowboys. Let's not get it twisted.
One quick question for
Michael
our
Parsons play football.
We know
Very
Bosa
well.
will be ahead of Parsons on that list. It's only 10, man.
Do what?
Somebody's not making a list, sounds like.
You said you know Bosa will be ahead of
We
Parsons.
know Bosa's going to be ahead of
Bosa's already on the list, ain't
Bosa's
he?
already on it. I
He
saw
is.
I think I saw Nick.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I saw Nick Bosa.
Oh, wow. And Parsons not on the list.
He made. He,
Oh.
So he'll be.
Well, the players do know a little something there. What number is Nick Bosa? Because I was going to ask you all.
I know I saw Joey.
Who do you think disrupts the backfield more? Who do you think puts almost more pressure?
Joey was 70.
Now, I know Bosa had more sacks last year. But I didn't see Nick on there.
I think Michael Parsons.
Maybe he wasn't on there.
He
I might be wrong.
creates
Joey
anywhere.
was 70.
So he ain't on there yet then.
No, yeah, so Nick Bosa would be in the top 10.
So if you're an offensive coach, you're game planning for Parsons more than you are Bosa. You're more worried about Parsons.
Absolutely.
Your honest opinion.
Because you can
I
line him
agree.
up all over the field.
I agree, though.
He's very effective.
I can't debate that.
Yeah, I think
And,
Bosa's a little more one dimensional.
He can cover,
Right.
Yeah.
but again,
Yeah.
that's a different.
Bosa is just a pass
He's not
rusher.
a DN,
Right.
so they're not exactly the same. But we're just talking about pass rushing period. Man, I'm telling you, man, the postseason, I was looking like Bosa. Where you at? When you gonna make a play?
Michael Parsons.
Anytime now.
Anytime.
Anytime now.
Look, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
this is how I feel
We were
playing
kind of
Madden
big, but
because
not break. But pass rush wasn't the thing. That's why we came and got y'all's
Michael
boy
Parsons, you go get your
Hargrave.
quarterback one play and go cover your tight end the next play.
Bosa
And
needs.
some of your receivers.
Bosa can't get all of the attention. He will not make the
Uh,
plays until there's somebody
And, like
else,
and even if that tight end is like
like Butler
George
used to
Kittle
do.
or
And he's fast.
Dallas Goddard
this is how I feel playing Madden a lot of times, Jarvis, because like
He's about to be
or
right
Mark
back, though.
Andrews.
people will play with the 49ers and Bosa will be in my face all day. I
Yeah,
played
he
the
will.
49ers one time and he don't even sniff the quarterback.
Oh, he's
What are you doing?
They
He's
played,
Lawrence
they
Taylor.
played you with the Eagles, didn't they?
Yeah, he's Lawrence
What are
Taylor
you
on
doing?
man. He's Lawrence Taylor on man. It's hard to beat us on man.
It
also.
is. No, it really
And
is.
he's got a lot to do with it. But yeah, it really like against Lane Johnson,
We should get a
he was a
game man after this.
non-factor. Against whoever the tackle was for the Cowboys, he was a non-factor.
I think
So,
Nick just called you
What,
out.
what did you
hear
say,
that?
Nick?
We should get a game man after this.
He was looking at you when he said it. He wasn't looking
Yeah.
at me.
I mean, it's his system. Who else is gonna ask?
Yeah, we can do that.
I tell him like that. Told Bret Hart, you don't want any of this.
We can do that. We can do that. I really.
I mean, it's whatever with
I-
anybody.
He owes me a rematch, to be honest with the Terrence. But yeah, whatever. That's fine. I just wanted to just point out that Bosa, he's about to be the highest paid defensive player at some point here.
Mhm.
He hadn't showed up to camp. He's not coming to camp until he is.
Right.
And he's going to get it. I'm
Oh, yeah.
not trying to say it's not deserving, but he's going to get more than what he really should be getting. And I'm only saying that because sometimes I wonder, like, where is he at? When are you going to make a play?
I mean, Michael Parsons is gonna run well past that whenever his time comes. I guess
Absolutely.
after
Oh,
this year, I guess
Absolutely.
he'll run way past that.
19 sacks. I know, Niner fans. I know. I saw every 19. I saw all 19 sacks.
But now,
and I know which ones were him.
Like,
and
I
which
wish
ones
Michael
were
Parsons
coverage.
played for any team in the league other than the Cowboys.
but I gotta
We
say
had a
this,
chance to get it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, he was getting on my damn nerves. in
Who
the
did we
playoff
get
game.
instead? We got Devontae.
That's why I
instead,
think he's definitely more disruptive.
Mhm.
Than
But I gotta say this. I know that you were talking about those
Yeah.
two guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my vote in for
Okay.
TJ Watt because without
what number
TJ
was
Watt,
he?
I'm okay with that though.
What number was he?
Hassan Reddick is fine. I'm
Right,
okay with that.
right.
You know what I'm
No,
TJ
he's
Watt
probably
was?
the best.
TJ
pass
Watt
rusher. You're probably
is.
right.
I just looked at it.
But I was asking about
TJ Watt is
those two only.
27.
But yeah, you're right. TJ probably is.
He was what number?
Probably
27.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
And he missed like 8-9 games.
He missed a lot of
He's
games.
27
Things
and
down.
Myles
Yeah.
Garrett is 20. And Max Crosby is
Myles
17.
Garrett.
Hey, man, we got to see TJ Watt week 1.
And you've been worried about that all.
Because Shanahan did not get the right tackle. Not in the draft, not in free agency. He's just chilling.
Jarvis has been worried about TJ Watt all offseason.
I have, man. I really have. And I know that's just one game. It's just
But
one
it-
game, and it
but-
doesn't mean anything
But
as
y'all
far as
always
that.
have injuries early in the season.
Exactly. And I got the
late in the
funniest.
season.
I got
Or in
the
the playoffs.
2020 really messed me up mentally.
It did. It did.
Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, everybody got hurt on the same play, on that
play.
same field in MetLife. And they complained about the turf, Nick. We talked
I've
about.
been telling
And
you
it
that
definitely
turf
has
is,
to be something wrong, but
it's fast. That's the thing that people that some players do like about turf.
yeah.
It's fast. Like
Right.
you are moving faster than you would on grass. I guess because how your cleats dig in and kind of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But man, you'll tear some stuff up. You can get hurt on that stuff, man.
You can. But I'm just worried about TJ Watt because I don't trust the pass protection on the right side of the O-line. It doesn't look like I'm listening to the practices. I'm watching some of the people and the reporters. Man, they're telling me, man, I don't know why Shanahan thinks this is going to work all season with Colton McKivitz. That's what some of the reporters are saying. And Taco Charlton, is it Charlton or Charlton?
Yeah.
Charlton. Man, Taco just got signed by the Niners. When I saw it, I was like, just 90-man roster. When they cut it to 53, he won't be there. That may not be the case. He's killing that right tackle I'm telling you about right now in rips. And he just got there. Taco Charlton, I think.
When you better, it shows.
Then some people may say he was a bust. Like, I don't even know where he was at last, but Taco, ain't nobody been thinking about Taco.
Yeah,
nobody worried about Taco.
Going great.
Was he in Miami or something like that?
I don't know.
That sounds right.
I ain't seen him in a while. But he was a first-round pick in 2017. I remember that. But he's been a thing of the past for the most part. It looks like he's trying to bounce back. But this is where he can do with it because Chris Cassura, defensive line coach for the Niners, gets the most out of everybody. People like Arden Key, Charles Emmanuel, Jordan Willis, these people kind of rejuvenate their career and they get it. They go back and get that. They come to the Niners for a year or two, and then they go back and get a 2-3 year deal that they probably wouldn't have gotten had they not gotten with us. Taco has been killing that right tackle, though. And so I'm just saying, that worries me. What you think TJ Watt will do to him? I'm just saying, whoever starts week 1, and the Niner fans should know this. Niners should know this. Another problem I got with Kyle Shanahan, and I know we got to go. His quarterbacks get hurt every time under his watch. He's never had a quarterback play a full season other than 2019 when Garoppolo got us to the Super Bowl. That's what happens when they stay healthy. Even Garoppolo can get us there. But damn,
that's why he won't.
That's the only year this is year 7.
That all that did was reinforce to him that he could do it without a great quarterback. He's like, if I
you,
got all the way to the Super Bowl with this dude,
for all the fans that are
no money on that,
for all the fans that are like F. Trey Lance and are on the Purdy wagon, because we
Jared York, I got you. Save your money. Pay Nick Bosa.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen. But we got Niner fans.
Pay Nick. Don't worry about a quarterback. We'll get somebody. It's fine.
We got Niner fans that are split between Purdy and Lance. If you're on social media, you'll see it every day, especially Twitter.
Well, I don't care. They must be at practice seeing something because from what I've seen,
no, they're not seeing anything. Well, This was before training camp even started. Now we're finally about to get to the pudding and see who's what, see who's who, see what's what.
And there's only 2 preseason games now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was 3.
No, it's 3.
It's 3.
I think it's 3 just for the Jets and Browns because they played the Hall of Fame game. I think it's 2 for everybody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just saw the Cowboys schedule. I only saw 2 games. I think you got to find out real quick.
You might have missed one.
I may have. But either way, like it's not
That's
4.
true.
I know it used to be 4. You don't get 4 games now.
Well, my whole thing is this.
My
whole thing is this. I'm not even tripping anymore about who's going to start because whoever starts is not going to finish. That's the way it's been going for us.
Y'all got to operate backwards. Put your third string out first.
Man, look. Sam Darnold finishing the season with the 49ers. I thought it was still 3.
It's 3. I'm looking at the Eagles now. We got the Ravens, the Browns, and the Colts.
Yeah, I thought it was 3.
Okay. And then we open the season with the Patriots.
Sam Darnold may be the 3rd quarterback right now if Trey Lance doesn't get moved, if he doesn't get traded, which who knows, because they're definitely sabotaging him, as I said.
Well, y'all use all 3 of them.
He's not getting we probably will use all 3 of them again. That's my point. Mm-hmm. And so what I'm trying to say is that one of the reasons why I know that could happen this year, I didn't see that happening last year, we didn't fix the right tackle position. I don't know if he is ready. Everybody's going to be like, hey, man, they're going to run to the left. We will get predictable at some point. Mm-hmm. I don't care how smart Shanahan is. I think he should have done that. So my thing is, hey, man, watch out. Week 1 is a very scary game for me if Colton McKivitz isn't that guy. I'm not saying he isn't, but I ain't hearing a lot of good. I hear every now and then, he had a decent practice today. He definitely bounced back from yesterday. But then they'll say the next day, oh, man, Taco did this. He killed him in the one-on-ones. Oh, man, such and such, Drake Johnson, and he's not even that good. Second-year pro from last year that we drafted out of USC. We're hoping that he's going to be the pass rusher opposite side of Bosa. Even he has gotten him a few times like, wait a minute now. So I'm just saying, TJ Watt up against that right tackle, Purdy. Everybody that's hoping Purdy plays, be careful what you wish for because he may come in week 1 and he may go out week 1. That's all I'm saying. If I'm Trey Lance, man, I'm just chilling because, hey, I think you're going to get your shot too, bro.
Hey, Jarvis, I got another 49ers Eagles problem with this list that I just realized. Unless this guy's going to be in the top 10, which I would be surprised by. George Kittle is 19. And to this point, I haven't seen Dallas Goedert on the list.
Yeah, he's not making that list then.
Well, I don't think he'll make it because
unfortunately,
that's insanity.
Because he's a top 5 tight end. We just saw that on the ESPN Plus break.
It's the same thing that I said about Trent Williams and Lane Johnson. If you want to tell me George Kittle's better, okay, I'm cool with that. You're not gonna tell me he's 19 in the league and Dallas Goedert don't make the top 110 apparently because they gave us the 10 after. You would tell me Dallas Goedert's nowhere in that?
Yeah, I disagree, of course.
And I'm probably as much as I like
put
him,
all the 49ers back to back.
As much as I like him, I'm not gonna tell you he's top 10 as a player.
No.
Well, I feel like
he's top 3-4 tight end, but
yeah,
he probably didn't make it because his position was changed. See, he was a wide receiver, wasn't he?
No, he was always tight end.
No, he's always been tight end
because the Cowboys almost drafted him.
He was always tight end.
He was always tight end.
He's always been tight end, but they might have changed his role.
I was a little confused when we drafted him because I was like,
I thought they drafted him for wide receiver.
They drafted him to replace Zach Ertz because Zach Ertz was older than I thought, or I guess they felt like he was going to fall off sooner, and they were pretty much right because he went to Arizona and was not the same guy.
I still don't think he really fell off. He just went to Arizona.
There's that. That may be part of it too. Because Kyle's not that good. Newsflash.
I mean, when he first left, he still was all right.
Yeah,
put it that way.
But he's been the replacement for Zach Ertz and a good replacement for Zach Ertz. I will add. I'm glad to have him. But I wouldn't call him a top 10 football player. But I'm certainly not going to say that George Kittle's 19 and he's nowhere on the list.
No, not at all.
In the top 110, like, come on, man.
Again, and that's why we say that list is really all over.
Football players, I'm disappointed.
We
need to talk.
Hey, other news in the NFL. Just quickly, what am I missing here?
Y'all may be disappointed in my career, but I'm disappointed in y'all's opinions.
Von Miller said this week that I'm not just gonna go out there and be a tough guy. I'll be out there when I'm ready. We know he had an injury last year.
Yeah,
doesn't look like he's gonna come back week 1 with Buffalo. It was ACL. Okay, so he said when he's ready. There's another player that said that too. That's injured. Man, who was that? He said the same thing pretty much. When I'll know. No, that was Kyler Murray. He also said something similar to that this week. He's probably not playing at all this year.
I don't see him playing at all this year.
That's definitely a team that's going to be.
They will be tanking.
Sweepstakes, yes. Because I think he could probably come back maybe in November. And the Cardinals are going to be like, man, go on and take a break. We good.
Go play the game.
And they may do
right. Go play Call of Duty.
There you go. And they may
That's what you want to do anyway. Just go do that. We'll trade you.
And they may bring Josh Rosen his ass because Josh Rosen was the guy who was 1 year, one and done. And then they replaced him with Murray. They've given Murray some time, and he's gotten a contract. But I think
they're going to contracts, right?
They're going to give just one. But I think they're going to give up on him though, depending on what the Cardinals 3-14 probably. And if that's the case, 3-4 wins. Are they going to go back to Kyler, or are they going to say, you know what? Well, we can get some picks for you, and we like this guy better than you. And like he may put more time in the film room. He might not be playing Xbox, when he should probably be watching film. So that was something that I just thought that I would mention. Him and Von Miller, they're taking their time coming back.
I wonder if Kyler's an Xbox, PlayStation, or PC kind of guy.
He's rich. He's got them all.
He's got them all, right? Jerry Jones said that the Cowboys will have a Dak-friendly offense. We talked about the NFC East already, but this is some of the reason why I cannot say the Cowboys will win the division. When they say stuff like this, they're letting it be known every time that even they know that Dak is holding the Cowboys back.
And if Jerry Jones is talking, that's not good.
Yeah, he's talking. He's not the only one.
Nothing good has come out of Jerry Jones.
Michael Parsons talked bad to. He talked bad. No, it was Diggs. Was it Trayvon?
The Cowboys
Diggs?
curses that they hadn't put Jimmy Johnson in their Ring of Honor. That's why they can't succeed.
Somebody was talking trash. I mean,
and that's 100% Jerry Jones' fault.
Big time.
And because Jerry Jones wants to be GM and owner.
Dak Prescott in practice, and these practices can get heated when you're practicing against the same people every day, all season, in the locker room and everything. On the field, it can get heated because they're competitive and they're trying to make the team. And some people they just got something to prove. And so anyway, yeah, it almost came to be a scuffle between Dak and I think it was Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. He talked pretty bad. Did you care about that, or does that make you think this is what the locker room thinks of him? Remember, Parsons said some slick stuff right after they got put out.
He did.
By us about his two.
Let me tell you this, as somebody who has been not in professional locker rooms, but at least in college locker rooms, particularly during training camp and those things. That's relatively mild. I have said, and many people I know have said, much, much worse. To people that off the field they are best friends with.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. I can't explain it, to be perfectly honest. But when you in it, you understand.
Question time.
Gotcha.
What's the worst thing that's been said to you?
Can you say it on air? Well, I really don't care. You know you can, but if it's taking that long, I'm wondering if you're thinking, man, can I say this?
I'm trying to think of one that's not terribly vulgar, but was funny.
Okay. I definitely rather laugh at it.
Whatever it would definitely be from the college. It would probably come from from this guy that played defense end named Kentrell Lockett.
Oh God.
Yeah, you remember 40? Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
40 from New Orleans.
Oh boy, I do remember 40 very well.
Yeah, he has a sense of humor that is unmatched by damn near anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's probably something that came from him. I'll say that.
Okay.
Probably something that came from him. Shout out to 40, man. He good people.
All right. Well, look. Let me also say that the Saints signed their all-time sack leader, Cam Jordan, to a 2-year deal. It's worth $27.5 million. Thought that was pretty interesting that he's staying. When we get to the NFC South, it'll be important to note that he's not going anywhere for another 2 years at least. The Chicago Bears, they made a few signings this week, and I hope I find the second one. But the first one I'm looking at right now, they signed tight end Mercedes Lewis. Seems like Mercedes Lewis just keeps going and going. This is his 18th season in the NFL.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, the former Packer tight end.
How long has Cam Jordan been doing it now?
He's been around for a while too, but not 18. But yes,
he got to be in the 14, 15 at least at this point, right?
I would probably say 12 or 13.
Really?
Maybe. I was.
It feels like he's been in the league forever.
It does, and especially for us because we see them so much.
Was he on the Saints Super Bowl team?
No, I don't think he was there yet. I don't think so.
In 09?
That was 09.
No, he wasn't there yet.
I don't think he was there yet.
All right.
But yeah, good sign, I think, for the Bears.
I feel like
I can't wait to get to the NFC North to talk about Justin Fields. Maybe we can get Kelvin Peterson on the show to talk about Justin Fields. I want to hear his take, though, because, hey, man, ever since he said what he said, there's other people showing me that they think what he thinks as well. This is the year for him. And they made another sign, and I just can't find it just yet. But some important news, I thought, man, did y'all hear Johnny Manziel said that he went on a $5 million bender and attempted suicide after being cut by the Browns in 2016.
I'm gonna watch that documentary. Right. I saw the headline on it, but I hadn't read into it or watched it yet. But I'm gonna watch.
Oh, there's a documentary coming out.
Yeah, he got it's on. Something's on Netflix.
Netflix is killing the sports docs, man.
It's probably BS, then. I don't even feel sorry.
They're killing the sports docs.
It's probably not even true. If it's a documentary,
I ain't gonna say that. Nah.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. The NFL is sending a letter to the Nevada Congresswoman Dina Titus, seeking federal help to address the illicit sports betting market. There has been a lot of betting going on with these players. I don't know.
There was a guy
what made them do it so much more now than.
There was a guy that got caught this week that was betting on his own team. I forgot who that was or what team he played for. And I just don't understand. Like,
what's crazy is like essentially there's 3 rules that if you follow those 3 rules, you'll be fine. Don't bet on your sport. Don't bet inside your team's facility. Mm-hmm. Don't walk into a sports book. So essentially, if you don't do those 3 things, you're fine. If you sit on your couch as Travis Kelce and bet on NBA for hours on end, whatever, bro. Enjoy yourself. Good luck.
Well,
the books always win, but good luck. You know, but if you Travis Kelce and you decide to sit in your locker and live bet on the NBA, you're gonna have a problem.
Or bet on yourself.
Yeah,
bet on yourself, right?
That's different. That becomes a felony at that point, if I'm not mistaken.
And that's what them kids at. It was a guy he played at Iowa. He's with the Broncos now, I think.
I think that's who I'm talking about then.
Yeah, he's got. I think he's maybe African or something.
Yeah.
As far as how his name sounds. But yeah, he's in some trouble. Him and then I think there was a backup quarterback, or kicker or something at Iowa State.
Oh yeah.
He had his mom putting in the bet,
and they caught him.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, your mom didn't go, hey, this is dumb. Don't no, you're gonna get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of trouble, Alvin Kamara, his legal troubles are over. He was able to dodge that bullet, but what he didn't dodge was Roger Goodell's suspension.
You don't never dodge that bullet.
He's suspended 3 games by the NFL for the role that he had in the fight in Las Vegas.
He got 3 games. He beat that boy up.
Mm.
Yeah, there was no video of that. There was it. Nobody. I don't think anybody saw any footage of it. So
Good.
I don't know how much he played.
I think there was. I think it just didn't make it out.
Good, Ray Rice.
If anybody cares, Oregon and Washington, NCAA talk, they are finalizing a move to the Big Ten, and Arizona has been admitted to the Big 12. There's moving a lot of schools are saying
they might as well go ahead and make it 2 super conferences and be done
with it. That's what's going to happen.
Because these networks are going to force that to
time
happen because everybody's trying to go to the biggest network or streaming platform,
Yeah.
and whoever can get all of those, hey, we got Big Ten games in the afternoon, we got Pac-12 games at night, whatever. Yeah, the Pac-12, we got who would be in the midday maybe SEC afternoon game, prime time.
Who's leaving the Pac-12?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Said the Pac-12 was pretty much dead. Right?
Yeah, it's over.
It is. So there was some more news I think I had also. Oh, don't know how you all feel about this, but that preseason game that you were talking about, Nick, the Hall of Fame game, you forgot to tell me about tackle Mekhi Becton. He's going to be first ballot Hall of Fame, I believe, right?
Whoa.
He's been pretty good throughout his career, hasn't he?
No, he's been pretty injured.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
When I hear that name, I just think he pretty much lived up to his.
I'm not sure who you thinking about, but it ain't him. He's been in the league like 4 or 5 years, I think.
Okay. Well, he's injured now too. He's got a knee injury. He exited that game.
He did get hurt again?
He exited after 7 snaps in that preseason loss. And I wonder, do you all have any concern about the Jets, protecting Aaron Rodgers? Because even before this, I was told that offensive line is not that good.
Aaron will be fine. He's running.
He's a better O-line.
He's running an offense he's very familiar with. He's got receivers that he's comfortable with.
He'll get the ball out quick enough.
He's going to be.
All right.
I would probably venture to guess a top 5 to 7 MVP candidate.
Okay. All right. Hey man, look, that's the blind side now.
Like Patrick, of course, Patrick Mahomes is going to be there every year. I would have said Joe Burrow will be there. Obviously, his injury. From what I heard, I know Jamar Chase has said, hey, as long as you're about week 5 or after week 5, we good. So if he misses 5 weeks, of course, Joe Burrow's not winning MVP at that point. So I think Jalen Hurts will probably be in the conversation again. Lamar Jackson may have a big year. I can't see, it's a quarterback award at this point, so I can't see any running backs that would really make a case. Maybe Justin Herbert has a great year, but even him, it's going to be hard for him to win it because in his own division, he'll have a quarterback that's clearly better than him.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers may be 4 or 5 on that list in terms of MVP candidates this year.
Depending on how long he's out or regardless.
I don't care about Mekhi Becton. Okay. That doesn't change anything for me.
All right. We'll see. Then. And speaking of the Jets, though, Aaron Rodgers had some great things to say about Garrett Wilson. He said that he has traits similar to Devontae Adams. And again, he did. Don't read into it. Don't take it out of context. I mean, he did explain himself, and he did say that, hey, he's not there yet. I understand that. Devontae is in a league of his own.
Sure he is.
But he's got some traits similar to him where he could be him at some point. Now, I've seen a play 1 year last season. Oh, my God. He put somebody on skates. He did it within a short area.
That's not the same. He turned him around twice in the same play.
Might have been. He did some things with Zach Wilson and Mike White. So with Aaron Rodgers, yes, you would think that he's definitely about to really take off. Gas the shit.
Oh, you talking about Garrett Wilson?
I'm talking about Garrett Wilson.
Oh, I think you're talking about Devontae Adams.
No. Well, I'm saying he was just saying that he sees some similar traits.
Yeah, okay. No, I think you're talking about Devontae Adams. Like Devontae Adams, he turned.
Oh, I know he does. No, I'm talking about Garrett Wilson.
He turned Asante Samuel around twice.
There was a play.
On the same play.
No, I meant Garrett Wilson. I don't know who it was. It was like 2 dudes. Somehow he got in between them. I think it was just like a quick out. He caught it. I don't know if it was a screen or what, but he did some shit he shouldn't have did. He shouldn't have been able to do. That's what I'm trying to say. To make it make more sense to you. He did something he shouldn't have been able to do, and he dashed him. I said, oh, my God. That was
Garrett Wilson nice.
He flicked the analog stick, the right analog stick or whatever on the game with the joystick. I'm telling you.
I'm going to show you in a minute.
What a juke. And so that boy is bad, man. So, look, it makes me feel like, damn, the Jets, all right, this is Super Bowl or bust. We'll see. But just wanted to say that this is what Aaron Rodgers is saying. Everything is peachy right now, though, because he just got there. The Cowboys extended Malik Hooker. That's their safety. He's signing a 3-year contract extension worth up to $24 million. I used to like Hooker at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
He had some injuries, though, when he got drafted. It didn't work out with the Colts. The Cowboys seem like they're getting more out of him. What else did I have here? The Bengals, they signed the linebacker, Logan Wilson. That was a 4-year extension. Brock Purdy, he is saying that he's not scared of the hits. He took a hit that was so similar to the NFC Championship game where he was injured, hit by Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
Man, was it Greenlaw? Was it Drake?
Who I also thought was a little bit disrespected on this list, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
who was that?
Hassan Reddick.
Oh, Reddick. He's not on the list.
He's on the list.
Oh, okay.
He's 48.
Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, he was a Cardinal before.
Right below Cooper Kupp and right above Patrick Surtain.
I'm gonna say it like this, and not trying to discredit him at all. He was a Cardinal before, though, I believe, before you got him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before he went to your Eagles.
no,
He didn't create as much havoc.
he was a Cardinal, but he went to the Panthers.
He was a Panther also?
Yeah, he was a Panther.
He got traded there.
I don't remember how it went. I think he
remember
left the
going over
Panthers and came to Philly.
I didn't know that.
I don't know where
We
y'all
have to
got
look
him
it
from.
up, but I think he went to the Panthers first.
Okay. Well, the Cardinals, I think, drafted.
Yeah.
So, like, at some point before he left them, you would think, hey, first of all, why didn't he get paid there? He might have had some injuries. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, as a Niner fan, when he was a Cardinal, he didn't create as much havoc as he did as an Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to say that when there's more talent on the team, you definitely can, really show out.
Right.
Like Nick Bosa, what I've been trying to say all along is you won't see Bosa be as dominant or disruptive as Michael Parsons until there's a D Ford on the other end, DeForest Buckner's inside, Armstead's inside. That's a lot of attention. And when he can't get all of that attention, when there's that much talent on that D-line. Buckner's gone. We had to go get Hargrave, but Hargrave wasn't there last year. Armstead, if anybody would have get traded, it could be him. So it's not really a pass rush there. D4 has been gone. We didn't get much out of him just that 1 year in 19. So I'm just saying, like, some players can go to other teams and it's like, oh, shit. Gardner Johnson, another one.
Mm-hmm.
As good as he is, he was solid in New Orleans, but when he got to you all in Philly, oh, my God. It's because he's hiding behind a great front seven. Mm-hmm. He's hiding behind a good scheme, good players, a lot of talent around him.
I ain't gonna say he's hiding. He can play.
I wouldn't complain about him.
He's hurt now.
40. What did you say? 40 what? Reddick was 40 what?
48.
Nah, I wouldn't complain about that. It's Reddick.
And he did play. He played last year. He played the season before he came with us with the Panthers.
I know y'all like you just mad because he hurt your quarterback. It has nothing to do with it. It had nothing at all.
Exactly what I think.
I know it. But no, I'm just saying he was a Cardinal before. He didn't give me any problems at that time. But Purdy had a hit similar to that. It was a little scary, but he's fine. And he was just telling the reporters that he is more concerned with improving on the football side than leaping any mental hurdles from his elbow injury. That's good to know because he hadn't been that good in practice. So I hope he doesn't have his mind on the injury or the elbow. Shall we say? Nobody wants to say it out loud, but Trey Lance has been having a better training camp so far than Purdy. Purdy's been rusty. We can just use those words. Then he has had some good parts to his practices, but again, it's a sabotage because Trey Lance has not practiced with Christian McCaffrey yet. Every time Purdy sits out, McCaffrey sits out. I ain't no damn fool. I know what's going on. They got their mind made up. Purdy's our guy. They're going to start him. Good luck with that week 1 against TJ Watt, but they're going to do it.
I mean, they should have.
They're not giving Trey the chance. Trey's not getting the reps he deserves and needs. We have a fourth quarterback in training camp named Brandon Allen. We know damn well he's not going to even make the team. Mm-hmm. Why is he taking reps from Darnold and Lance?
No,
why are Darnold and Lance splitting reps? I'm telling you, man.
But I think it makes a lot of sense in the world for Purdy to walk into camp as QB1.
I'm just saying, though, as far as practices go, ease him into that. Why is he back like nothing happened? Like he never left?
If they say he's good, because you were one who gave us a report early on when he was doing his soft tosses and getting there or whatever. So if he's been actually throwing the ball already for a month or so, yeah, let him roll.
But they're not.
Who, Purdy?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Trey Lance then.
But why are you going to throw the draft away? with Trey Lance.
I
That's a
agree.
high draft pick.
That's why I think he should be getting more reps at least.
Right.
To see.
Trade him.
They must think he's that bad, I guess. But that's not what I'm hearing in the practice.
What I'm saying is
I've
that,
seen a few practices.
and I get Trey got hurt last year
Well,
early
please.
on, and that's unfortunate and whatever else. But Purdy walked in and he ran that thing.
No doubt about
Yeah,
it.
he did a good job there. But
If
I'm
it ain't
just-
broke, don't fix it.
Look, I'm not
you're
saying
talking
I'm
about
not saying it is broke.
salaries and all that stuff that's involved. Too.
Trade.
But
Get you an offensive line for him.
Mhm.
Look, before he got hurt, I'm there with you all the way. I was like, damn, Trey, hate it for you, bro. But then Purdy got hurt in that game. And so we have to kind of go back to, well, wait a minute now. We still have Trey. Could he
Purdy
be
got
the guy?
hurt, but you at least have 7-8 games of evidence that, hey, this guy can do the job.
But that was before you just said something about break. And so, like, he broke something or he tore something, his UCL. And so I'm just saying that I would have been easing him into the practices. I would have immediately just put him right in with the starters, like he hadn't missed any time. Go. No, you missed mini camp. You missed a lot of things here. OTAs. Should we just throw you right back in when Trey's been throwing for months now? He's gotten the mechanics better. Does he still struggle with some short passes? I'm hearing, yeah, he does need to work on that.
Then yeah,
But he's had better. But he's had
because
better
we
practices.
saw you play
He's got a better quarterback.
we saw you play in the NFL in real games and in the playoffs for 7-8 games last year, and you look like you can do the job. So and nobody else that we got on this roster has looked like they can do the job in any NFL games.
Well, he didn't look like it either because he wasn't the starter last season for week 1. It was Trey Lance.
I understand,
Before he got
but once
So
he
they didn't see that.
but
when
once
hurt
he got
either.
in the games, we got 7 or 8 games of evidence that show you that show us you can do the job.
If Trey Lance can play with those guys, I wonder what we see the same.
If
That's all
was
I'm
a fifth,
saying.
we'd all be drunk.
No, but just play him. Just let him. We're just talking about practice right now. Maybe we'll see more in the preseason, but I'm telling you, he's not giving him a fair shot. This is no quarterback controversy. It really isn't. It's Purdy's
Breaking
number
news
one.
for you: fair is a place where they judge pigs.
You're right. I'm just saying what we gave up for him, and the fact that we hadn't seen Trey Lance ever on the field with Christian McCaffrey.
Trade him.
Keep in mind, McCaffrey was not there yet before Lance got hurt.
Or put a
Purdy got to play all 7-8 games with him. And just what if, and I hope this isn't the case, but just what if? Because I've seen this happen a few times in my lifetime as a 49er.
If Purdy got hurt again.
No, not that. But what if defensive coordinators, defensive players watching film, they got 8 games on Purdy now? You know why he went? You know the number one reason why he went 7-0, and I'm not trying to.
Because nobody has seen him.
Nobody had seen him,
I
and he's
get that.
playing for the 49ers. There's some NFL execs that have said if you put Purdy on another team, he wouldn't look this good.
That may be true also.
He still has some limitations. That's all I'm saying, and I'm just hoping that Trey gets a fair chance because I think he has a much higher ceiling though. If he can be that guy, that's my only. And the fact that you gave up 3 damn picks, first rounders.
Trade him and get one of them back.
You can't get that back. Who's gonna give that up for Trey?
Nobody.
Nobody.
And when you start getting hurt, it makes a difference.
But he hasn't been hurt. But he had a finger injury. That's the reason why he didn't take any throws in some of the games that he did participate in when Garoppolo was the starter. Last year, Shanahan got that man hurt. I don't know why nobody will not come out and admit that. He was a quarterback on a play where he ran a play. He shouldn't have ran. That was a quarterback run, drawn up, a run. And he got hurt. Like, damn, that ain't on him. He's catching bad breaks, and I feel for the young man. I'm not going to lie. But he's 23 years old, 22 years old, and I hope that young brother goes somewhere if he gets traded and balls out. Now, again, I hope Purdy's balling out too because he's the one that I'm stuck with. But I'm just saying, man, what if Purdy's not that dude? We thought Garoppolo was after 5 straight wins in 2017 to close the season, and we paid him. How did that work out for us? We also thought Colin Kaepernick was the guy. That didn't work out either. 2 good years, and then they figured out the run option, and it was a wrap for Cap. Alex Smith wasn't the guy. He was replaced by him. Harbaugh, he made him serviceable. He was a little better with Andy Reid, but he didn't work out for us either. So I'm just saying, like, but we've had these moments where it's like, we got something here. Kaepernick was hot in 2012. We didn't get anything out of that, though. Not a chip. Garoppolo, he was hot in 2017. We didn't get anything out of that. So I'm just saying, for anybody that thinks I'm Purdy hating, hell no. I was like, damn, this dude looked like he is straight legit.
The truth.
However, it was just 7 games. I've seen this happen before. And now they've got the film on him. And I'm telling you, he threw a handful of interceptions that the defenses just dropped. I'm telling you, Dallas, Seattle twice in the playoffs. Toward the end of the year, he had some picks. People are looking at that number, the stats, and the QBR. I'll watch the game. They're not going to drop those picks and miss those picks this year. They know when it's coming out. They know more. They've seen the film. Now, if he can do it when and everybody knows and they've gotten the tape on him, yes. Shanahan, you got lucky. You finally picked the quarterback. It took you 199 picks or whatever number it was that he was drafted last.
He was Mr. Irrelevant, I think.
Yes, he was.
That's 252, I think, 253.
So if Purdy's the guy, then yeah, you got lucky on that one, but you picked him last. But if he's that guy, yes. Hey, it's all good. I hope so. I'm just saying that, damn it, Trey Lance has had better practices in this training camp, and he has not once gotten to practice with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk. He's out there with second and third stringers. I think it's utterly ridiculous. But whatever, Shanahan, you think you know what you're doing. All right. From what I'm hearing in these practices, we still should be trying to beg Tom Brady out of retirement, to be honest with you, because that window is about to close. I know we've been I've been going on for a while here with them, but hey, that's my team. That's the problem that I have. We're talking about a few things here, and yeah, that's what I see from them. And I just wanted to talk about that when I brought up Purdy's injury or how he's feeling after the injury. It seems like he's good. We will see. I'm still hearing that he's good as it gets from 1 to 20 yards, 15 yards. But when he throws the deep balls, they still see limitation in that. And we're already calling him a dink and dunking guy. Now they're saying that they think it's just a UCL. He's still struggling with the deep balls. One quarterback that doesn't struggle with the deep balls is Trey Lance. But he has problems, it seems, underneath. So sounds like we still need to be trying to call Brady. The Patriots gave Judon a $12 million raise. That's the four-time Pro Bowl defensive end. He'll be getting 18 per this year. The Colts, they've signed Kenyon Drake. I don't know if anybody caught that or not, but that was their next chess move to Jonathan Taylor not wanting to show up for camp. And I don't blame him. But
Matthew Judon, 33 on the list.
Judon's 33 on the list? Okay. He just got a raise. Again, Kenyon Drake. He's the new running back for the Colts, just in case Jonathan Taylor doesn't show up. Him and Irsay are going at it right now. I think Irsay is one of those guys that when he says something, he means what he says.
Irsay is the new dumbest owner in the NFL.
Yeah.
It was Dan Snyder, but now it's definitely Irsay. Irsay was already competing with him, but now he's clear-cut number one.
Okay. Well, that's all I got, guys. The NFL Hall of Fame, we don't talk about that much, but it was earlier today or going on right now as we speak. The notable players eligible for next year for the class of 2024. I just want to throw them at you right quick. I don't know if all of these guys can get in or not, but this is a good list too. And Nick, if you could, give me the list right now for today, for this year. But for 2024, guys, man, you're looking at people like Julius Peppers that will be eligible. I know Terrence is going to like this one. How do you say it? Halati Nata. That was a bad boy. Oh, my God. You want to know how the 49ers came back? And I know people are like, damn, when you going to let up on my team today? It's my team too. But I'm being honest. When we came back in that Super Bowl, that's when Nata had left the game on everything. I remember that. That's when we started to, okay, he was a problem at that nose tackle position. Brandon Marshall, he's eligible. I know Nick may have a problem with that, so I can't wait to get into that debate maybe next episode. And Antonio Gates is eligible. Jamal Charles is eligible. That's another good one. And Eric freaking Berry. That's two Chiefs that are eligible for 2024 Hall of Fame class. I hope they all get in, to be honest with you. But because of what they did to T.O., Brandon Marshall better not get in on the first time. Even though I do think if they put T.O. in first ballot like they should have, I think Brandon Marshall's second ballot. But I definitely think he's a Hall of Famer just because he played with Ryan Fitzpatrick at one point too and had 1,000 yards. He played with Jay Cutler for a lot of seasons in Chicago and with Sharon Denver. And with Sharon Reps without Shaw Jeffrey.
Well, I'm saying he played with Cutler in Denver and Chicago.
Sure did.
Yeah.
How he should get a pass just for that alone. So, we'll talk about it another time, another day. He shouldn't be first ballot, but only because T.O. was it. That was terrible. That was
Yeah,
stupid.
no receiver gets first ballot for me because
Not anymore.
That's ridiculous.
No, not anymore. They should.
The guys that got in today from the senior committee was Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, and Ken Riley. And then the other 5 guys were Rondé Barber, Darrell Reeves, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, and DeMarcus Ware.
Damn.
Wow.
It's not a bad class.
Man, let me hear that class one more time, man. Say it one more time.
So, of course, the senior committee, Chuck Howley, Joe Klecko, Ken Riley. They all played way before I was alive.
Yeah.
And Coach Don Coryell also got enshrined. The other players were Rondé Barber, Darrell Reeves, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, and DeMarcus Ware.
2 corners, 2 Thomases, and DeMarcus Ware.
And here are the snubs.
That's a hell of a class.
Here are the snubs. Reggie Wayne, Dwight Freeney,
Has to be the cousin T.O.
Roger Craig,
Every damn year still.
Devin Hester, Steve Smith, Bill Bates. We never heard of him. I don't remember him anyways. He played
Bill Bates.
Yeah,
Wayne
he
Bill.
played in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, you
My
remember.
Cowboy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Leslie O'Neal,
That name sounds familiar.
Al Baker, Torrey
Torrey
Holt,
Holt.
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt could have got
L.C.
in this year.
Greenwood,
He needs to go in before Reggie Wayne, though,
Robert Mathis,
because he's been waiting. I remember Robert Mathis,
Jim Marshall,
but no, not yet.
Steve Tasker,
I remember him, but no.
Carl Mecklenburg, Heinz Ward,
Heinz Ward still not in?
Not yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
John
no.
Abraham.
He shouldn't be yet.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not bad, though. Those are some good players you named.
Those are good players.
It is.
But even
is.
with that, I can't argue with the guys that got in.
No, not
Me
at all.
either.
Not at all.
I can't argue any of those guys that they're showing as snubs over the guys that got in. Is what I would say.
Should Torrey Holt get in before Reggie Wayne?
Devin Hester should get in before any of the snubs, in my opinion. That's my hot take. Devin Hester's the greatest return man of all time. He should get in.
Yeah, he definitely should get in.
I agree.
But damn, that was
Especially
some
on
good
the return.
names.
Them was some good names. Devin Hester should get in before all of them.
He's just special team.
That's my 2 cents.
Okay.
Yeah,
he
he
was a
tried.
bad boy, but
He tried to play receiving.
He tried,
He
but
tried a little bit,
he
yeah.
wasn't quite Deion. He thought he was.
He was not that great as a corner. I was gonna say decent, but he wasn't. He's the best return man in the history of the game.
Deion would get out and line up as a receiver and burn the court.
I mean, Devin Hester
just
he
drop
could
the
run
ball
past.
sometimes.
He could
Like,
run past
dude.
everybody. He couldn't catch. He could.
But he
He
wasn't
couldn't really
Can
run
you only
routes.
catch it when
He
you're on the
wouldn't
other
take no
side?
hit
of the
either.
field?
Who?
Dion.
Devin Hester wouldn't either. I weighed 175 pounds. I wouldn't get hit by nothing.
Hester also had Jay Cutler as a quarterback.
That is
Really?
true. That is true. Well, actually, at one point, he had Rex Grossman. Was there experimenting his wide receiver?
I don't think he played receiver with Grossman
Okay,
there, but I know he definitely played with. They had probably the fastest team of all time with Hester and Knox. Then Matt Forte out of the backfield. They had a
Yeah,
pretty
man.
speedy team over there.
So I guess that goes back to Jay Cutler again, and I guess coaching, because that was a pretty damn good offense. Now that you mentioned it, Forte in the backfield, Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall outside.
Mhm.
I think they had a tight end that wasn't half stepping either. He wasn't bad. So yeah, man, they blew it. And the defense wasn't half bad either. I think Fuller was still pretty good at that time.
Cutler was definitely holding that team back.
Yeah, he
Of
had to
course.
be, man. Yeah.
Well, we thank Chicago for what they did for us.
What did they do for y'all?
Sitting on Alshon.
Oh,
Sitting on Alshon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we so appreciate that.
And he predicted a Super Bowl win that year. What happened?
He did.
He did. He
Hmm.
predicted a Super Bowl win.
I think I remember that.
On that
Carson Wentz had already been there for a few years, though, right?
second year.
That was his second year going in, and he predicted a Super Bowl. Man, it sounds like he knew something. Damn.
Was it second or third?
Was it?
Probably his third.
I think it might have been his third.
This was the MVP year, right?
The year he got hurt.
Yeah. You should have been MVP.
won
Yeah,
the
that
second
probably was
year.
his third.
He got hurt.
It might have been his
He
second
would
year.
have been. He would have
Hold
been
on. No, it was his. He was drafted in 15. That was his third season.
third season.
Third.
He hadn't been
Maybe
that
he's
long.
seen enough in the
I'm-
first 2 years for him to think that, I'm going over here to win with Wentz. Even though he didn't win with Wentz. Bless you.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
I'm lying. I thought it was over with for y'all when he went down. I'm not going to lie.
I did
I
too.
thought it was over.
But Nick Foles balled out.
Did
Shout out
he?
shout out to Nick,
Did
man.
he do
Yeah,
it?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Him and Alshon was playing basketball, man.
He was throwing it in there, wasn't he? He run under.
They said it. They were like, the both of them apparently played basketball when they were younger. And he was like, hey, man, throw it somewhere where I can box out. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
All righty. Well, that's all I got, guys. I just wanted to just kind of give y'all some of the news, but that's all I have. What are y'all?
Hey, that's it. I know I know Uncle James got to get to this his next birthday spot. Still celebrating their birthday.
Oh, birthday weekend on top of that.
Birthday
Day.
Today. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
45 years young.
I wasn't even going to ask the age, man, but whatever it is, I'm sure you look 10 years younger than whatever it is, and congrats. Enjoy the rest of your happy birthday, man. And we appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. I've been enjoying this.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. A respectable Eagles fan, too, man.
You don't get many of
I
those.
gotta say.
You suggesting that like you didn't already have one. What the hell is going on here?
Like I said, but no, seriously.
It's good to be teammates.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe y'all can see each other sometime, man, during the season again at next level. I'm sure Nick will be there a lot more.
so we
That's a spot that we kind of,
Okay.
tend to kick it at times, but it sometimes can get overcrowded by the Eagles because the owner.
Oh, I love
He's an
it.
Eagles
I
fan.
love it.
You will love it.
Any
You will
great.
love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I invited Nick for the NFC Championship game, and oh my God, like it did not turn
It
out
was
the way
lit.
I thought it was going to turn out. I invited him for a whole other reason.
No.
But that wasn't.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah, it wasn't. That ain't the way.
they were sitting like right in front of like we was like standing in the little comment area, but I guess they had reserved the booth or whatever. They were sitting right in front. All you just kept hearing was, "What you say, Jarvis? What you say?
Yeah,
Huh?"
Yeah, man, it turned ugly real fast. Y'all watched the game. Y'all saw it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It turned ugly fast, and there was a lot of us in there. But it's like so many more Eagles started to come in.
I didn't realize it was that
By
many
the
Eagles
third
fans in
quarter.
the city. Honestly,
Yeah, right. Right.
I think we're growing
right.
It's called
because
bandwagon.
Yeah,
You think that's what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
That may be
well,
true.
we'll open it up for a minute, then we'll shut it
Right.
down
After a while, we got to
when
shut
we
it
go
down.
into
You
the
got a
Super
point.
Bowl.
See, I hate that. I don't allow bandwagon. I hate it.
You got to start somewhere.
I guess. Well, you got to show me that you're trying. Like, I know a few Niner fans that at one point they really would just claim us.
Mhm.
But they did, after so many people would get on them over and over. I'll tell you one of them I'm talking about when we go off the air.
Uh-oh.
But then they became a real Niner fan. It's like, okay, well, now that's what I'm doing. You know who such and such. Well, if you don't remember who JT O'Sullivan is or Ken Dorsey, you ain't a 4-8 either. And I when I was a diehard, I didn't appreciate that at all. I hated that. But yes, I agree with T. If you're growing, Uncle James, it's because you got a lot of people jumping on y'all wagon, man. That's exactly what that is. Not y'all, but
Once the wagon fill up, we'll close it off.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, there's the Kansas City Chiefs, Seattle Seahawks. Those are flags that I did never see in the city of Memphis until they got a Super Bowl.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, where did you come from? Really? And Seahawks fans would start to like. Now, some of these people were just putting on Russell Wilson jerseys. One of them admitted it. They're like, "Damn, man, really?" A Cowboy, he came in there and tried to disguise, and he got the Russell Wilson, and he bought a jersey and a cap.
Mm-hmm.
2013 NFC Championship game. I'll never forget it. He came in there,
Mr.
and a few more
Unlimited.
people like, "Where are y'all Seahawks coming from?" They really weren't Seahawks fans, but yeah, there was moments after Richard Sherman was like, "He's mediocre. Don't you ever try me like that." He went off on Crab. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He was in there talking. I'm still super diehard at that time, and I'm not gonna lie. I said, man, if this dude say one more thing about about Crabtree and us losing this game, it's gonna be the last thing he gonna say up in here for the evening. And Manuel Brown, if you watch it, if you listen, you remember it was you. And I remember a few times where I had to calm you down. But that was one Sunday where he had to literally like damn near pick me up and like we coming outside because I was ready to tear him up if he had said one more thing because he kept jumping in front of the projector too, like. Nigga, you got one more time to come in front of this screen, man. Like, for real. I was taking it way too serious, but like this is the measures that people will go to really trash talk or bragging rights, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so yeah, it'd be like this sometimes. But that place is like that's Eagles headquarters, man. So if you ever think about, kicking it with us again, I'm in there. Nick will probably be in there.
I will be there multiple Sundays this year. I can tell you.
The owners are Eagle, man. So they do get deep. And to be honest with y'all though, last season that's the most I've ever seen of y'all. Like that's why I invited you because I'm like he's gonna be so frustrated when all this red in here, and he's gonna feel like you gonna sneak out the back door as soon as you can. Because I thought it was gonna get ugly for y'all. I didn't know what happened was gonna happen. But by the third quarter, it was so much green in the building. I said, "Where in the hell?" Because really, it's just a few of them. It's like the one with the robe, and he's a funny dude. he has the eagle robe. Like,
Yeah, I remember.
that's really what he dresses up
Okay,
as when he comes every Sunday. Like, he's just in a robe.
My disappointment
Like,
was 2
all right,
weeks
man.
later against another team in red. Damn
Yeah.
Chiefs, man.
Yeah, I think the field played a role in that
I do too. I don't like to use that excuse, but I do too.
I know, but
Did the
you
Chiefs
know,
play on a separate field?
They did.
No.
That's why I don't like to use the excuse.
no, it was something about the field. We slipped.
But my problem, if you want to know the truth, my problem with it is that because the pass rush is one of the staples of what our team does, then I was like, yes, that sucks that was something that kind of was taken away from us. But like you said, they played on the same field.
Our pass rush didn't make Fields throw that. Hurst or that pick did it.
No, it didn't.
Or the fumble. He had a
He
fumble.
fumbled.
He had a fumble,
Yeah.
So you know that's why I say I don't like to use the excuse. But if I
I'm
was
asking necessary questions.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all though. Y'all were one flag away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think you really should have won. If I was the ref, that official, I wouldn't have
I'm
thrown
not
it.
calling it.
I'm not gonna lie. In that
Which
moment,
call was this?
the
holding call
one that decided the
At
game.
the end of the game.
on Bradbury.
Was it Bradbury? Yes.
Bradbury on Juju Smith-Schuster.
I wouldn't have threw that flag. Now
Right.
again, there's an angle that I saw where I'm like,
He pulled his jersey.
okay. It looked like he might have pulled him a little bit, maybe, but I didn't see it. It didn't look like it affected him. They say if it doesn't turn you, then it's not. I don't know if it done that.
That
So
was
I'm like-
kind of my thought on it. My thought
And
on
the
it
officials
was
couldn't even see it from that
if
angle.
this was random team A versus random team B, would I have called that? Especially in that moment, I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
That's just-
Especially when other plays before that, it was worse.
Yeah.
They didn't.
They
call.
do
Right.
that every Super Bowl, every year. Same thing happened with Kittle and the 49ers against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are always going to win that advantage. They're already good.
Mhm.
They're going to get a call or two as well. I'm sorry, but that's not hating. That's what it happened to us. Nick, I can't. I have to say it like that.
Here we go.
It happened to you too, though. And, I guess because you beat my team, that's what you get. But honestly, I didn't want to say it out loud, Nick, but really, I do think y'all should have won that game. And since Unc is here today, I'll be honest and say, I really think y'all kind of got screwed. I wouldn't have threw that flag. Y'all should have been champions. I'm glad you were not the champions because he would have made our offseason a living hell.
Yeah, I would have.
So I'm glad.
I
But,
look forward to doing
You'll
it next
get a
year.
but nah, y'all,
All right, I look forward to doing it next year.
I think overall the Eagles were the better team. And even Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes being as great as they are, man, I wouldn't have threw that flag. And if they don't throw that flag, man, they probably ain't gonna score. They had to score to get to make that a tie.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then came the field goal afterwards.
What's that?
No,
Third? What's that?
no,
Fourth
they-
down?
Is that how it ended?
No, they had to score. They
Oh, the-
scored. No. When they got that call, they were able to run the
Take
Run
the
the
lead.
clock out. Yeah.
Run the clock.
They
back.
already had the lead. We were gonna have if they
They
had
want
thrown
to
that
punt the
play,
ball back to
they
you.
would have punted
It
to
wasn't
us.
a tie.
No, they were up.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
They were up.
okay.
It was
Okay.
up.
Had they not converted, had the flag not gotten thrown,
The Kadarius Tony touchdown.
they would have had to punt it to us.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know the Chiefs were up already.
And then Jalen Hurts used the chance to go win the game.
Oh, I take back everything I said then. No, they were going to beat y'all anyway. Then.
Mm.
I didn't know they were up.
Now we
I
just
thought,
needed.
I thought that flag
on the
actually
clock.
got them to win. I thought it really
No,
got them
The
out.
flag got them to win because we didn't get a chance to get the ball. That
Got the
was
ball.
third down. We would have got the ball back.
We got the ball
How
back
much
with
time
about
was left
20
if they-
seconds left.
if they
It
didn't
would have
score?
been like a minute.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Something, yeah,
Oh, no,
something
okay,
like that.
okay. Well, no.
Like it
No.
probably would. It was. I
But that's
think
a
it
big
was,
difference because Jalen didn't need. I don't think he
Right.
needed 90 seconds.
Mm-mm.
The way they moved, it was It was damn near a shootout, right?
It was 34 to 31.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he didn't need 90 seconds probably. Now
They got them a touchdown.
so yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah,
and
all we
we were
did-
leading.
All we
No, they
needed.
got them a touchdown.
No. When that happened, they ran out the clock.
No, we got the ball back there.
No, y'all didn't. No,
They
y'all
get the
didn't.
ball back.
That's why we hated that call
Yeah.
because it was like, damn, this
No,
is
we got the
game.
ball back.
But,
with about
I mean,
10
even as
10
a
seconds or something left.
So I'm starting to remember
maybe
it a little
but I
more
mean,
clearly
it was a formality.
so,
at that
I mean,
point.
just think about it, even just objectively. Like take the names off the jerseys and everything. The number 1 and number 2 NFL MVP candidates and quarterbacks are in the Super Bowl against each other.
Mm-hmm.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have the game end on this questionable holding penalty, or would you rather that guy that came in second in MVP voting get a chance to get the ball with minute and a half, 2 minutes to
I'd
go?
rather for my defender to not pull a jersey.
I'd rather that not happen too.
I can't just not call that because of.
But that's what I'm saying. For me, if I ripped the bias out off of it, I wouldn't have made that call.
Did it make?
You would have made that call anyway. It sounds.
Did it really make a difference? That call.
Okay.
If this was just Team A playing Team B, don't care who they are, don't have a rooting interest.
I wouldn't call it. Bradbury didn't complain about it either.
This is what you got to think about.
That's what you have to say.
This is what you got to think about.
You don't have to say it.
Those officials are not trained to think about the moment. They're trained to see. They see a jersey. They see a jersey tug. They throw the flag.
Well, now how come they didn't do it the whole game?
I don't know.
That's all we saying. You see what I'm saying?
And always when it matters the most is when they decide to do something. That
I'm just saying. You look up, you see a jersey tug.
That's a good question.
And some of the other plays, hey, the score would have been different.
Right.
You know,
you're not wrong.
And so many.
That is true. That is very true.
You know,
that's just like in the Super Bowl when my Ravens beat them on that punt at the end of the game. I mean, the Ravens are just grabbing the 49ers.
Yes. We still actually could have got about another 40 seconds.
Well, the holding call would have happened in the it was a safety
in the end zone.
It was
they gave us the safety.
They took a safety anyway.
Yeah, but still, the holding, if you call that, they got to put more time on the clock.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure. Well, we're gonna be at midfield at least.
Right.
That's gonna be the worst.
Yeah.
Ginn would have got us in the red zone.
Right.
Because he was starting to cook too when y'all was trying to keep him kicking it to him. So yeah, calls can just really mess up a game depending on when it happens, where it happens, what the play was. So yeah, man, that's why I always say that they're the only people that's never disciplined for anything that happens. Like everybody else is disciplined. Players can't gamble. Shame on you. Suspended. Whatever you do, you're always disciplined. Why are the officials never ever disciplined and they screw up more than anyone?
Sure do.
Like they don't do their job at all. Anybody does. When it comes to the NFL and their shield, everybody does their job better than the officials when it matters the most. And so it's like, come on, man. Like, but they say I'm whining if I keep talking about it, so I'll leave it alone. But Nick, there was something that happened on the Hall of Fame game just recently here that, you know,
he don't want to talk about it.
Got you a little money there. But once again, an official dropping the ball, messing things up. So I know we got to get out of here, guys. That's a wrap. One more thing I'm gonna say: undisputed, FS1 undisputed. You could have gave us a chance, you know. You could have gave us a chance. Little Wayne is going to be the next man up.
He's a
weekly guest appearance. So I guess it's not gonna be like undisputed or debating anymore. I guess he'll just be like his podcast.
He should be talking to Skip.
Just Colin Cowherd or something. Yeah, just Skip. And maybe that's for the best. But and nobody wants to sit at that desk with him at all, but Lil Wayne. He could have. FS1 should have just took a chance on us. I said they should have canceled Undisputed, and this is what you do. Nick either could have sit.
I'll debate with you
for a day, for once a week. You can get Nick on Monday, you can get Terrence on Wednesday, and I'll come through on Friday. Because I'll have chain. I wear chain, so I'll wear the chain with you on Friday.
Terrence is available every day.
Every day.
Especially if you can pay me anything near what Shannon Sharp was making.
I'll take half.
Oh yeah. If you gonna pay me that,
I'll show up every day.
You gonna pay me that? Undisputed to be coming on weekends and everything.
I'll take half. We ain't even gotta negotiate.
What?
Because that means I don't need to hire an agent. I ain't gotta pay him 10%. Just give me half of what Shannon was making.
Yeah. So I just wanted to just point that out because, believe it or not, a lot of people have been watching this closely to see who's going to come. It was Richard Sherman. It could have been Shady McCoy, and it looks like it's going to be nobody. It's going to be Lil Wayne once a week, and Shannon Sharp is probably going to ESPN. So, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're going to pick a rapper, you could have picked some independent podcasters to talk about the same thing you talk about.
Skip just want to take advantage of people's anyway, so
and we ain't
looking for somebody he can just and we won't dominate.
Nobody wants that job with Skip. And honestly, I think Skip's time is up. I think he is the godfather of debate TV and debate culture, but I think it's passed him by.
We told Grip that, and he actually thought he said that Skip is more valuable, or he would benefit from this more. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
I think
Shannon is on the road. He's about to take off. Yeah, he appreciates Skip a lot. I'm sure he does. He's very grateful. But yeah,
when you lay your head on that pillow at night, just know I gave you everything I had.
He did, and that's it. So, but we still debating over here, even though Skip doesn't have anybody to debate with. FS1, just wanted to get on y'all a little bit. You could have. That's why your ratings suck, and it's gonna get worse.
Hennessy and Black and Mild.
So much worse. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. And that's it though. We out of here, y'all. WrestleMania I mean, not WrestleMania, SummerSlam
Yep.
is tonight.
In a couple hours.
Yeah, maybe we come back for another episode on Sunday or Monday to recap SummerSlam, because that's about to get in Detroit, Michigan. That's about to they're about to ring the bell in about another hour or two, couple of hours. So yeah, we're done here. Still look out for Dalvin Cook, because he should be signing somewhere. He left the Jets.
They let him get out the building without
signing the contract. Yep, he went, didn't sign. I still think he's trying to play with D-Hop. I'm still hearing some stuff about that. I know it sounds crazy.
I think it's either Miami or the Jets.
I think it's Miami.
You don't think Tennessee be bold enough to go with Henry and Cook in the backfield?
Nah.
That'd be a bit much.
Yeah. Why hadn't he signed yet, I wonder?
I don't know.
I wonder what's taking so long. We'll see. Maybe by next week's episode he'll do it. Maybe Dame will do something.
You know how it goes. As soon as we hit stop on the record, he'll sign.
Something happens, yeah. Like Anthony Davis. I think he did the same thing after our last episode.
$62 million a year.
Anthony Davis is a paid man. We thought he was going to be a traded man, to be honest with you, but no.
For Anthony Davis.
Is he in final form?
To play 35 games a year.
That final form is probably over with.
Man.
He did enough to get paid.
And look, and again, somewhere I feel like LeBron was shaking his head when he saw that, because I'm hearing him and AD doesn't get along that much anymore. And Bronny, we never talked about Bronny. We hear he's doing better though. That's good, man. Get well soon. He had a cardiac arrest, man.
Hopefully, it's something that doesn't affect his career.
Was it during practice or
no practice? Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully not. But man, that's something to think about, because he's what, 18, 19?
17, 18, something like that.
Yeah, I know he's not 19 yet. He just finished high school. So yeah, hope he gets better and all. And I wonder how much longer LeBron wants to play now. Anyway, we'll see. If things start to change, he was only hanging around to play with his son. If he hangs it up fairly quickly here,
right?
That was the plan all along. Yeah. And I just question how you can call somebody a GOAT that thinks about stuff like that. I mean, instead of winning a championship. And again, that's some GOAT-ish to do, playing in the league with your son. It is. But it's to still be the main goal, championship. And sometimes I just hear people like him, James Harden, Aaron Rodgers, they talk about stuff that doesn't matter. Like they always talk about MVPs and stuff. They got the MVPs too, but damn. Like, how many Super Bowls you got? How many NBA championships do you have, Harden? Nothing. I hate players when they do that. All right, we out of here, y'all. We hope you enjoyed the show. Again, we appreciate our guest that came in, an Eagles fan. Uncle James, happy birthday to you, man.
Thank you. Got some sense on this podcast.
Some sense on this podcast. We out of here, y'all. Y'all, please, whatever you do, man, be safe out there.
Yeah, no. Peace out, guys.
All right. Don't stop that.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
I got to leak.
Yeah, that list was something else, man.
That list is terrible. That list is trash.
I knew. I